Don't forget to unmute. He did it a couple of times. Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to another exciting night of Backfire Simsport TCR Challenge Cup Season 23. Tonight we are running something a little bit different. It's our first super sprint format. It's all about going down right here at the Nurburgring, and it still says insert track here when applicable, Jay, so I need to do something about that. But anyway, the action never stops on the track. It goes continuously and non-stop. And if you thought that round one was intense, wait till you see tonight. This is not just one race, it's 3 high-paced races of 20 minutes in a sprint format. We'll elaborate on that later. But now, to point out this lovely screen. Big and because that's what the screen says. He's obviously away and far away enjoying the sun and probably listening to the broadcast, hearing me imitate how he sounds in my head. I got a first for you tonight because it's Jay on cameras. Hello, Jay.
Hello, Robbie. And you know what? After you said screen, like, track not applicable, I panicked. I had a look, realised you were lying to me, and just face-palmed so hard I nearly broke my nose. But Wobbly, fantastic having you here. Thank you so much for coming in at short notice and covering for Pete. And a rare Tuesday night race for us tonight. Usually for BSTV we do the Wednesdays, but over the holidays Tuesday just works a little bit better for the holidays going on around. But as you can see, it is raining. It's a bit damp out there. It's the new Super Sprint format. I tell you what, I am extremely excited for this.
That's what you said to me before we started, but you also sent a picture of something naughty, so I mean, I knew you were excited.
That's for... You know what? We'll talk about this afterwards.
Oh, okay, well I'll send you another one as well. Yeah, it's damp outside, damp on the track, and that always means there's more overtakes. There's people thriving on those conditions. I remember a guy, what was his name again? He was in Racing Forces. He was Frederick van Eekhoven. He had an average pace, usually top 10 pace. But when the rain started pouring down, he suddenly thrived. And he was lightning quick, like top 3, top 2. He didn't win the race. I think, if I remember properly, it was on Montreal. But he was...
What a race.
He was blistering quick. And I hope to see some unicorn tonight that's also going to turn up and just nail everything. Like just turn up and do better than you ever did.
Yeah, it really brings out the best in some people. Some people really thrive when it's a little bit wet. Without further ado, let's jump straight to our championship points so far. Wobbly, the floor is yours with Pro.
So currently, we're going from the top to the from the bottom to the top. So Logan, who had a disconnection issue, I think in the second race, is now at the lowest rank, is P9. So on P8 is Rene Earhart, and obviously the best driver ever possible in this league, multiple champion. Wobbly is on 7th because he messed up the qualification.
Jesus Christ.
Then 6th place is Daniel Mills. 5th, Simon Trender for Team Chimera on 141 points. 4th, Jaden Scott had a really good outing on Okayama last week on Wednesday with 148 points. Previous champion from last season, Pete Newman, 3rd with 150. Stephen Walker, my teammate for BSTV, is on 2nd. Emmanuel, who came in 2nd on the second race, but 1st on the first race, or 3rd on the second race, and 1st on the first race, who did a really good job, is now currently at the top of the pile for Pro.
Yeah, it was a hell of a bunch of races last week. Lots of positions swapping towards the top. And I tell you what, like we said earlier, the rain could bring out an absolute demon in any one of them. But at the same time, as we go on to the Pro-Ams, this is a chance for the Pro-Ams to really shine. As we had Jaden Scott last season at Interlagos prove all the pros wrong, getting his first feature race win. Floor is yours again, Wobbly. Go for it.
Yeah, great to see. I saw that race where Jaden definitely set a performance to remember. So now looking at the Pro AM again from the bottom to the top, we got Sean Shimes. Sean, is he? Did he drive last season? I don't.
I think new for this season.
Well,
don't quote me on it.
I see a lot of familiar names in Pro AM, and well, it's good to see that we still have new signups there as well. So Chris Needham, also he's a previous champion in GT4, 12th currently, and Daniel Lewis in the 11th position. Teammate from Simon Trendle, Jamie Wilson on 10th, and Derek Crowder. I have to say, he doesn't like it when you say Derek. Did you know that? He doesn't like Derek.
I'll remember this.
Derek. I'm watching with you. That guy. He's on 9th position. On 8th, we have Tamas Asboth. Is it Asboth or Asbooth?
I'm going Asboth. I haven't been corrected yet, but I'm pretty sure I will be at some point.
You could argue that you have to pronounce it as Asbooth.
You're going to have so many of these drivers asking you for a fight in the Nurburgring car park if you keep this up.
and I know that on 7th position, Demis always really wants me to pronounce his name correctly, and obviously I am now, Demis. 6th is Carl Hardy, who's always setting up the practice sessions, but obviously it's under my name. 5th is Dietmar Hoos, the teammate of Rene Earhart, and for Ronald de Jong on 4th. Stefan Goebel, a long-time runner in our leagues. I think he's did about 15, 14 seasons already. Is currently in the top 3. Jura Lakonen, we called him T-Rex in the beginning. Remember that? Yeah.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, exactly. So second currently, and my teammate Tony Walker currently leading that Pro AM class. But if I look at the points, and I start looking for the first position to basically 9th. There's only 28 points between them, so anything is still open. It's first round, obviously. Now we're on the second, but this is going to be a very, very tight midfield pack. You have some tracks that really lead towards your talents, but looking at all these names, I could pick out like 4 or 5 who can win this. So it's all to play for in the beginning.
I completely agree. This is always my favourite championship of the season. It's always swapping positions back and forth constantly. All it takes is one mistake and it completely drops the championship on its head. Oh, and you can't see it right now, but someone just drove straight into the camera. Oh my god, I think that was Rene. I'm gonna have to document 200 points for that because I now need a new pair of pants. But also last season, which was a fantastic championship to watch, was the AMS. And at the moment, 3 who haven't got any points on the board yet. We have Fraser Geraghty, who was a front runner last season in the AMS, all the way down in 12th after a very unlucky set of races last week. He'll be looking to shoot straight up that column as quick as he can. Stuart Gibbons of Blade Designs in front, with Fiona Siddons 10th. Then we have new to the league this season, Mika Santa Helena of the JC Academy Silver. That's right, I've made a couple of signings this week, and I've been a little bit busy creating some really nice looking paints as well, which probably I'm going to guess you're going to say absolutely suck, but we'll see. Avery Mansell just in front with 8. On 8th place with Impact Simsport, with Stefan Kolk in 7th. Darryl Wright 6th with David Ayres and Odd Payne, and Chris Dixon. There's a lot of results coming up, and Andrew Lister with a fantastic set of races last week, and top of the pile is Chesney van der Broek of JC Academy Gold. Like I said last season, probably AMS were an absolute pleasure to watch. 4 people in the fight till the end. It could be exactly the same, but feel free to go into the teams.
Teams. Oh yeah, we still have the teams. I forgot. So currently BSTV Esports with me, Steven, and Tony are leading the pack. It's all due to Steven and Tony because I completely sucked ass the last week.
I'm muting that bit of the stream as well. Hold on, where is it? There we go. It's late, but it's there.
You set it up already. Currently, the second is Result Clothing, and third is Hydro Race Racing Forces from them as titular, so as Pete pronounces it. Jura Lakonen and Ronald de Jong. 4th, Team Camera, always a really good team, a really steady team. They always haul in big points. And Kotlin Corney currently is 5th. 6th is Impact Simsports and Blade Designs. with Daniel Lewis. I didn't realize that Daniel Lewis was in that one, but it's a 7th workout by result. I mean, we have so many result teams, but that's Andrew Later, Chris Dixon, and Fiona Siddons, and I'm quite surprised, I'll be honest. I'm surprised that they are ahead of the Safeguard result team.
They had a really good set of races last week. It was so good. Pleasure to watch.
It's really cool to see that they are making progress and now beating their sister team, which is 9th. CLN Racing is just Manuel, so he is not gonna. Well, unless he gets to sign up like Jay does, so maybe he needs like an agent like you to help him get a teammate. Is that all the way at the bottom? I can't really. Is that JC Academy Go? Is that your team?
You know what? I think we've seen enough of the teams. Let's go straight to the next one. Driver of the meeting. So far, we've had Tony Walker and Andrew Little. I'm not going to let you get away with that one. Currently with 1 vote each. And then the most prestigious award in racing, the Sir Alan Safe Driver Award, where at the moment it's actually Jaden Scotland on front with... I'm just having a look, and it's not actually... It's 4 drivers who have not had a single instant point so far, including the quickness of Logan McKinsey and Stephen Walker. But give it a couple of rounds, I'm sure that will sort itself out. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely Stephen. I know Stephen quite well, and I know how he drives. And he tends to drive on the absolute limit of every track, and that is... The risk you're paying with that and the cost you're paying with that is basically the incident points, especially on tracks where it's easy to get those. Okayama is quite fine, if I'll be honest. But Nurburgring, and I don't know if Steven actually got into the server because he said something about maybe not turning up today because of whatever, like real life reasons, which shows a bad excuse, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But he's gonna, yeah. But I could definitely, Manuel is there as well. I'm pretty sure that they are going to rack up some incident points. And if you're not wearing your lucky pants like Stephen Walker is, you could be in for a stinker with those incidents.
That's fair enough. I think it's time that we got straight onto track as we're going straight on board with Jaden Scotton. And you can already see, even though the rain has slightly quietened down a little bit, there's still a fair amount of tears from the clouds splashing against the windshield. Have you raced much in the rain this season, Wobbly? What are your feelings on it?
So I like driving in the rain. In the beginning, I completely hated it because I didn't want to put in the time. But then I did on my alt account, which I sometimes just use for 2 months in a row, and then I stopped using it and stuff like that. But I did a Porsche race on Monza, and that is where I learned how to drive in the rain. It was a monsoon, mate. We were on the back straight, and it was just a river. Pete was actually watching that race with me, and you couldn't see anything. Out of the blue, there were 2 cars in the middle of the road, but it was a river flowing up the hill. Like, it's going downhill, right? But the river was flowing upwards. It was quite weird to see as well. And like, iRacing doesn't really care about, apparently doesn't care about water physics.
I mean, it rains sideways, so it could be a really strong wind that's blown it up there. You never know.
No, but in general, I do tend to like it. As I mentioned in the beginning, it brings out people that you normally won't expect them to be, and that sometimes comes with a risk, because there's the drivers you drive around and with you around them. Like, there's a certain set of people which usually are around you, and being, for example, a Pro AM driver at the lower bottom end, but suddenly being able to get the top 5, sometimes it's a bit weird because you don't really know each other and you don't really race each other that much. So it brings on absolutely spectacular race once the rain is there. Once the rain is there, once the rain is there.
I got what you mean. I got what you meant. Yeah, no, it's definitely been an experience for some drivers already in the practice sessions. A lot not expecting the rain. On the officials this week, in the fixed sessions, I think it is, there's a 20-30% chance of rain. So those who do race the officials, which this season is based on, apart from the Champion's Choice, this season it's Adelaide. I tell you what, I can't wait for that race. The circuit is absolutely gorgeous. So a few you may see who have already got to grips with Nurburgring Sprintstrecke in the rain, but quite a few are going to be struggling, and if they haven't been practicing up to this point, they only have 10 minutes left. Happening now is the qualifying for race 1 of 3. It is a 15-minute open qualifying session. Those who get themselves in with little bits of slipstream or have to dodge anybody in front, they could change everything about your time.
Yeah, normally you would definitely switch up your tires after a lap of 4, maybe 5 in this type of qualification with 15 minutes, which is an open one. But with the rain, you want to keep on going. And the tires, they don't really heat up until lap 3 or 4. There's actually some people I remember that we had a season where it started raining, and I think it was Simon Trendle, but I'm not completely sure. He stayed in the first 5 minutes and then went out, so his tires had better grip at the end, which was quite smart because there's no way to heat them up twice.
No.
It's just being patient and gambling on the fact that you heat up the tires and have better tires, and the track is slightly less wet at the end of the qualification. It's a pretty good tactic, and maybe pays off for some drivers if they will.
Yeah, no, I agree. Usually in the qualifying sessions when I was racing BSTV, it was quickly do a lap, get a banker lap in. If it looks like there's a lot of traffic around you, go in for a fresh set of shoes. It's me just butchering my words now. A fresh set of shoes and try and get something towards the end. But with the rain, you can really stretch those tyres out until the end. And the more cars that are racing on the racing line, the quicker some of these times are going to get, depending on how heavy the rain is falling down. And talking about those who are going to be looking at trying to go above and beyond their times, as into 6th place goes Chesney, the leader of AMS at the moment, who I know for a fact absolutely loves racing in the rain. This is going to be an absolute... He'll be loving every second of this, to the point he's probably got his windows open, taking beads of rain to the face and screaming at the top of his voice every single obscenity you can think of.
And what do you think for... let's go through the classes real quick. I would say that my best bet for winning this race is currently the pole position holder, Simon Trendle. I think that he is absolutely one of the most stable drivers and most respectful drivers to race against. I've driven against him a lot of times. And yes, we had some fair amount of incidents as well from both sides, but it's always been clean and respectful. So my best for pro would be Simon Trendle. What would your money be on?
Yeah, I've watched Simon drive plenty of times. I think I've been against him for 1 or 2 seasons in BSTV, and you've kind of got him and fellow teammate Jamie Wilson both have very similar driving styles. They keep the Audi planted really nice on the car, but most importantly, the big advantage they have over quite a lot of the others in this session is they know their cars inside and out. I do not know off the top of my head if I've seen these two drive any of a TCR at the top of my head and get as much speed as they do out of those Audis.
I don't know. I don't know that Jamie is quite fond of the Audi, but they definitely drove other cars, because I know that Simon likes to switch up his cars every season. I think last season he was in the Veloster or Honda or something like that, but definitely not in the Audi. So for me, Pro AM, my money would be on Stefan Goebel. If it dries up slightly, because Stefan is obviously a German. He is a Deutscher, as we call him. And
what does that exactly mean? Because there's a couple of Germans in this chat right now who are going to be taking on every single word that you say in the next 10 seconds.
No, I mean, ist ein großer Deutscher. It just means that he's a big German, as in a good driver.
Gross.
So, but yeah. Thank you. But my money is definitely on Stefan Goebel for this one. He knows the track inside out, and every time we turn up at the Nurburgring, it's like suddenly out of the blue there's Stefan. He could be at the back, for example, for 2 races, and then we turn up on a German track, and he suddenly is top 5 material. It's absolutely insane how well he knows this track, and he's driven here a lot. He does the outer loop sometimes with his son, so it's quite fun.
Yeah, as soon as we started talking about him, he went up from nearly a second down from Eurolaken right now to .4. I'm going to stick with Euro in this one because he's already set a really good pace. And in the grand scheme of things, when you have a look at the overall standings, Euro is in third place overall. So take that what you will, as Daniel Mills I've just seen on the on the tyre compounds is testing out the dry tyre for everybody else's benefit, just to see how much that dry tyre might work in the dry lines, which, I mean, in a grid as big as this, that's a pretty big risk. But we'll go straight on to the AMs, and for the AMs, I was going to say Chesney, but it looks like Mr. Burns is actually not the Simpsons character, folks. Don't worry, we're not going to get sued by Disney or Fox anytime soon for that one. Burns is on top at the moment. I feel, knowing how quick Chesney Vanderbroek is in the rain, that he can definitely minimise that gap between himself and Burns right now and potentially get another great lap out.
Think so. I don't know. I don't really know Chesney that well, but I also don't really know Santa. What's his first name? Santa Helena? What's his first name? Do you know?
Oh, Mika.
Mika. Okay, so because my money is definitely instantly on Mika, because the second name of my daughter is Mika, and her second name is Mika because of Mika Hakkinen. So my money's on Mika. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling.
I mean, sometimes the gut feelings are the best. He did tell me before he was quite struggling in the rain, but to be honest, looking at the times right now, you wouldn't believe it, would you?
Now, did you see the gap between Pete and Simon currently?
The gap between Pete and Simon.
It's 7,000ths of a second.
Wow, that is as close as, I don't know, without breaking TOS. The gap between my thighs, but
I'll think about another gap.
Yeah, that's why I took the lead on that one. And guys, do you not see what? Do you not see what? You know what? Actually, I'm determined to turn this into a positive. For everything that I managed to withstand tonight from yourself, I am putting on my CV and just saying I can work with difficult people very well.
Well, there's like a banned list for jokes I can't make, so I think you'll be fine.
Right, we're going to move straight on. We don't unfortunately have any time for a track guide for this one, but to be honest, that's absolutely fine because we've managed to fill it in with plenty of other filler stuff. Coming up to the last 1.5 minutes of qualifying, so those who are only just passing the line now will not have an opportunity to get another lap in, as this is a heat race. iRacing decides as soon as the 15 minutes is done, your time is up. We're still on board with Santa Helena at the moment, but let's go to our current leader at the moment, Mr. Simon Trendle, 0.007 ahead of Pete Newman. And I tell you what, Jure Laakkonen and Mr. Burns are going to be absolutely just ecstatic over where they are at the moment, 3rd and 5th respectively.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see this is what rain does with it. There's now currently Simon and Pete are definitely the ones that are setting the pace. But on 4th, this Jaden Scotland's still there. But you see the mix of now Trevor Burns coming in, Jura coming in, Ronald coming in there as well, because he's had a really blistering lap. And he's currently even in front of Manuel. And Manuel is an absolute beast in general. Manuel's quite aggressive in the car, but in a respectful manner, and I like the way he drives. I like the way wow. Okay, so Manuel just completely. Can you stop it, Manuel? This is not fun anymore. And now I gonna roll down and put on my blanket and swallow my words back.
Yeah, we get a couple of incidents. A lot of drivers obviously trying some new stuff out in the rain. Some haven't gone in before. I'm getting quite a few notifications of and a little bit of a spin just there from Stuart Gibbons just there. But there's still quite a lot of people trying to get to grips with everything that's being thrown their way on the wet. So, if you want, Bobby, you can do the honours of the first.
Oh, yeah. So, I thought you meant the other thing. Okay. So, looking at the grid, first position, pole position, Manuel Saralegi. Second is Simon Trendo. I'm going through this a little bit quicker because we have so many drivers.
Yes.
Pete Newman is third, and Jura Lekkonen starting from fourth. Jaden Scott, good outing as well on fifth. Trevor Burns, insanely quick for an AM driver. We're gonna bump him up to Pro AM if he keeps this up. Is starting sixth. Daniel Mills is seventh, and Ronald the Young is eighth. Jamie Wilson starting 9th, and 10th is Stefan Goebel. Rene Earhart starting from 11, and 12 is Demis Titular. Now you have to press the button.
Yeah,
Jake.
yeah, I'm trying my best here.
Carl Hardy is 15th, and 14th is Jesse van der Broek from JC Academy Gold. Jay is really rooting for him. Dak Cowder is starting 15th. Thomas Esbov is 16th. 17th is Mika Santa Helena. Stuart Gibbons is 18th, and Daniel Lewis is starting 19th. Rounding up the top 20 is my teammate, Tony Walker. Chris Dixon starting from the 21st position, and 22nd is David Ayers.
I just did that to throw you off.
Yeah. You can never tell. Like, where are my eyes going? So Dietmar Hu is starting 23rd. 24th is Paul Hurley. Art Payne. Is it Art Payne? O.D. Payne? Okay, Art Payne starting 25th.
T-Pain.
T-Pain. 26 is starting T. Spangul, brother of, oh god damn it, I forgot his name. Sarah Hauk is 27th. 28th is Fiona Siddons, and 29th is Sean Shimes, and he's rounding up that grid, and I'm unsure if he actually gridded in general. Jamie is helping some people out in chat, pointing out that Fiona Siddons is currently on slicks. Maybe she's going to be the quickest driver ever. Lights are turning red. We got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and there we go. That's a good launch there from Manuel. I saw Simon Trendo bogging down a little bit. Pete Newman's all the way on the left-hand side, already passing him. Is he going to pressure Manuel? Further back, you see Stefan Goebel, Jamie Wilson, and Daniel Mills all side by side. On the inside, very, very dangerous. Going through that first corner tight and tippy-toeing around just to be sure that they're not hitting anyone. And it looks like it's completely clear from this massive vantage point we have on this track.
My own helicopter, I brought it myself.
So really good start from everyone, clean through the first corner in these conditions. Very, very insanely well done by everyone. Simon is not ready to give up the position to Pete, and they are still side by side. He's getting forced a little bit on the grass, but he managed to hold that second spot.
A fantastic pass. Oh, it was about to say a pass from Pete Newman just there on Jaden Scott, and Jaden's going to have the inside line here. This corner really likes to throw people out to the outside. They're going to carry on going back and forth. I was about to change the camera, but we're going to see how this one goes out. Jaden's going to be on the slightly wetter line on the inside, but Pete is going to have the rubber. How good are your brakes? How much can you keep on the inside? And Aiden's flushed out a little bit, but they've both managed to survive. It's going to be a really good amount of speed from Pete out of there as we go up into the Schumacher S. And this is where things could go very, very wrong, depending on how hard you hit those curbs. If you pick up any slowdowns here, and it looks like they've gone through that quite nicely. But wow, a surprisingly clean first part of the race. A little bit of touching every now and then, but so far so good, Wobbly.
We all like a little bit of touching. And lead lunge there, a small look, and they went side by side. Jaden noticed him. They had a touch on that exit coming out of the that hairpin. That's not a hairpin. It's a chicane. They're still side by side. There's water on the inside here. Watching out that Pete doesn't get flushed out. They're still going for it, and they're going at it. And it is a sprint race, and they have to try to don't lose too much time. So Manuel and Simon are able to drive away there.
But it looks like Pete's got a fantastic exit out of that chicane, and Euro might be going for a 2-for-1 here, and Jaden's got a much quicker outside line. They keep it nice and clean. Going to go back to where Daniel Mills is, who's just behind this battle, going in front, and in the background just there, the car's just filtering out into a very, very, very clean lap one. All I'm getting on my end is a couple of people going off the track, which is natural to happen in. Oh, just looking at Jaden, just giving a sniff of Pete Newman there, but quite normal that in these sort of conditions. As
there's a small touch, and this is going in the rear. Touch of brakes. Is he able to hold it down? I think it got through cleanly somehow by the fin of his teeth. He spun through 2 cars. That is so unfortunate for Ronald right there. That's gonna be a recovery drive from here on.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. We were just saying about how well everyone was doing then, and then afterwards, and I've just seen that there's actually been another crash. This from Fiona. I'm just trying to get a pretty decent camera here. Let's have a quick look at Fiona, see what happened just there. But from the inside, Fiona going into that first hairpin, and about normal for the brakes just here, but could be slightly late. The crash might just be the fact that Fiona's having to go to a near stop there, and we're going to see plenty of people, depending on how wet the track's going to get, doing plenty more of that.
So I think the reason she missed that corner was he was hitting the white line of the pit exit. Car probably locked up the front a little bit and started sliding and couldn't slow down the car quick enough to hold the corner. Looking back at the front, I think these positions are very important, Jay, because due to the sprint race, the second sprint race, the starting position is based on the finishing position of the first race.
Yes.
So having a good starting position here and maybe getting third is just enough to keep a good haul of points going. Simon managed to pass Manuel. We missed that.
Yeah, I'm having a quick look for that one. We've got to just have a quick look again at Ronald de Jong's crash just there while I'm having a quick look for everything. And it was just a case of Addy J just nice and tight on the inside there. Little bit of shuffling, cuts across the cutting corner, 77 car, just a little bit too quick. And actually his own teammate hits him further in the front left-hand side. So that's so unfortunate there. But sometimes... yeah, it's early racing, a lot of traffic. You don't know what everybody else is doing. As Dennis Tickler actually in the pits with a meatball flag. I'm gonna look for that one as well. But a lot of position changes, a lot of fighting. That with a very wet road, and sometimes it just leads to absolute chaos, and mistakes do happen so commonly. Nearly Simon there with a little spin as well.
He's just drifting through the corner. It's just creating extra momentum. I do have to defend the cutting corner car. I think it was Rene. There was no way he could have stopped that. He was just on the left-hand side. And Ronald went into the left a little bit too quickly, too eager maybe. Maybe he lost the back end of the car. But there was nothing that Rene could have done there to change that outcome. It's just pure bad luck. It's racing, but it's bad luck.
Yeah, I agree. It's... very unfortunate, and hopefully, I've just seen Chesney Van Boek in the pits as well after his fantastic starts. I wonder if he got caught up in anything else. We're currently watching this battle for the lead, and it looks like Manuel having a fantastic exit, and even behind still, those fighting for those top 7 places are getting ever closer and closer. Let's give them a little bit of camera time for couple of seconds while I carry on trying to have a look at what exactly has gone on, because I'm not actually getting an event for the pass for the lead. But oh yes, I lie. I'm a dirty liar. Here it comes. Simon Trendle's pass on Manuel Saralegi for P1.
So this is how Jay's head works. Oh, he's already passed him here.
I'm guessing there was some sort of dive there, back and forth, and Manuel actually with a fantastic line on the outside. It looks like Simon managed to get on before.
Simon got past him on the straight, and then they went on fighting in the first corner.
Yeah, there's a lot of passes. There's also this one here. If it's not this one, then I'm sorry, folks, it's a lost cause. But look how close he is to the back there, and that Audi on straights. We already know how good that thing is. I wonder if Manuel just braked a little bit earlier just to try and go for that attempted up and under. And yes, that explains why Manuel got such a good exit just there. So yeah,
very, very controlled on the braking by Simon as well. Carrying in that speed on the surface that is as wet as it is currently. It's really good. Quite talented for him that he was able to scrub the speed down and make the corner.
Yes, some fantastic control there. Just having a quick look through now, and we've just had a recent crash from Chris Dixon as well. If I can find that one, it's just there. I just wonder if it's going to be similar to what Fiona's had. Oh, and this time there's more traffic in the way, so Chris Dixon on the very right-hand side, touches a little bit of curb, and wow, how he's kept that going. That could have been so much worse.
I wouldn't classify this as a crash. I would classify this as style points.
Yeah, you know what? Extra 25 points to Gryffindor. At the moment, still Simon Trendle in the lead. Only 0.4 with Manuel Saralegi behind. Saralegi, after the first week of racing, your championship leader at the moment. We knew, after seeing all the names in Pro this season, that every single one of them is going to be extremely dangerous when it comes to that title. And of course, you're in there as well. So, I mean, someone's got to bulk up the numbers, I guess.
Yeah, someone's got to fill up the void. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really in this season. Obviously, I'm doing the broadcast because Pete really decided that he was due to a holiday with his girlfriend. So, yeah, I mean, good on him that he finally found a social life, I guess. But next week, I'm also here, and then a couple of 2 or 3 more races, but I can't really turn up, so I'm doing everything in my power to help Steven and Tony out this season. But it doesn't really, like the field is quite quick, and all the guys that are in Pro currently are blistering, and they are very talented drivers. But I think that the field spread has been increasing quite well, looking at how big the AM field is, looking at how big the Pro-Am field is, and definitely the Pro-Ams, sometimes like now Jura, they turn up and they start to deliver a quality performance that after 4 races you start to think, maybe they should be bumped up to Pro.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Euro, we just changed the camera over to him. I saw how close him and Daniel Mills, a Pro driver, are at the moment. Look at this, going tooth and nail. This is this really like where you feel Euro should be, or do you think Euro's just really got this track nailed down when it comes to wet weather driving? Not to put you on the spot or choose favourites or anything.
I would say that I'm impressed by how Jura is driving, and I wouldn't have expected him to be up in this position, but that doesn't discount the fact that he's there and he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, absolutely, and still going side by side at the moment. This does mean that they're starting to lose those racing in front a little bit more. Oh, and yeah, Daniel Mills and Euro Larkin currently back and forth with each other, and with this fast outside line going down the hill, Daniel Mills manages to get in front. Rene has a quick sniff on the inside, but no, Euro keeps it nice and tight, and depending on their exits here, no curb for Euro Larkin. Meanwhile, Rene's started using a little bit more of that, give himself a little bit of an advantage going up the hill, but they're keeping it nice and clean at the moment. I've not seen many people, surprisingly, at the Schumacher S, the second half of it, picking up a slowdown. As soon as I say that, Mr. Burns picks up a slowdown at the Schumacher S.
I think that is... excuse me. I think that's one of the main differences between, usually between the Pro class and the Pro AM/AM class, is that Pro drivers, that they are able to put down a performance that is quite flawless. Even if you're not quick enough, you're able to get in the performance there. You are able to extract everything out of that slower track that you might be able to drive, so you make less mistakes. And once you start making less mistakes, you start to be more consistent. That is the moment where, for example, like a Jaden Scotton suddenly is up to pace, where 2 seasons ago he definitely was not there yet, but now he is there again, delivering a stellar, spectacular performance on 4th position.
Yes, absolutely. We switch to the class tables at the moment on your left-hand side, folks, and we see there's even more going on in front. Manuel Saralegi and Simon Trendle for the lead of the race, with Pete Newman just behind, and they've already had many doors on these corners already. Saralegi is going to have a slightly quicker outside line here, but these next sets of corners you really need to crawl and creep around as tight as you can, almost setting up your next move. And Manuel Saralegi going for a quick dive on the inside there. Simon Trendle's going to have that inside there, and
Pete's getting involved.
Oh, Pete is getting, yes, he is getting definitely involved here. He's going to take that inside line that has been exposed by Simon, but Mr. Saralegi is still going to have that outside. They all filter in. Manuel is going to have a much better exit out of this following corner if he can get it in. And it's literally kissing the boot of Simon Trendle just there. This is going to be unmissable. go to a slightly wider out corner here, and Simon's going to be defending that inside. Manuel on the outside taking that late apex to give himself a nice boost. You can already physically see how close these cars are right now, and with that little bit of toe, Manuel is going to go up into the Schumacher S. Decides not to take the curb just there. Simon quite brave taking those curves with the water on it, and you can physically see that he's gained an extra half a car length, and sometimes that's what you need going into here. Rene Earhart though taking too much of the curb and catching himself a slowdown.
They are really fighting it out here, and I think it's getting to the point for the next race, if the rain stops like this, or it has stopped a while back, that we're getting to the point where the dry tires might be coming into play, and then it's all about who is willing to take that risk and who is willing to take that gamble on that second race. The spray behind the cars is a little bit misleading, how iRacing presents it, because sometimes you feel like you shouldn't be able to drive on a dry tire, but you definitely are. But further back, we see Jaden Scotton in a battle with Jamie Wilson. He suddenly popped up on the inside of him, and now it's a drag race to that first corner. Who is going to have the most grunt? On the right-hand side, left-hand side, we have Jamie Wilson in that Audi, who we know has a lot of top speed. They are hurtling towards that. So Jamie is trying to avoid that white line. Jaden still on the outside here. Jamie cutting back, and now getting into play here as well as Daniel Mills, who's trying to pick up the pieces. Now on the outside, cutting back on the left-hand side, but right behind him,
and behind him.
Absolutely fantastic racing by all four of them.
Absolutely, and it's literally a centipede right now of TCR front-wheel drive goodness, and it's a good thing about, and on in front, it's even more in front, as all three drivers were side by side, and Manuel a little bit of a touch from Pete, but Pete backs out just in time to save both of their races. Good awareness just there. Manuel's going to be on the defense from this point onwards. This could be the break that Simon Trendle needs. Pete Newman in the white-blue Result X Pure Sim car, and Manuel not in a white and blue Result X Pure Sim car.
Your observation is spot on, Jay.
Thank you so much. I've been practicing. Even more battles going on behind with Kyle Hardy and Tamas, and a little bit of side-by-side action. Just getting myself ready to watch what happened with Jaden and Jamie Wilson, as there was a lot of back and forth there between both of them.
Having a slight look at the timing sheet, and I see it from 16th position. You have Paul Hurley, and all the way back to 22nd, where Stefan Klauke is. It's a line of 7-8 cars, not 6-7.
7, 6, 7. Oh God. We just lost 67 subs.
We are too old for that. Anyway, but it's a line of cars piling up behind Paul. They are quite close together. Sorry to make you feel dirty.
Oh, it happens at least once a week now. But I think I've managed to get to the start of Jaden Scotton and Jamie Wilson and their epic fight that started all the way back at the final chicane. And I wonder if Jaden didn't quite get the exit that he wanted here. Wow, look at the speed Jamie Wilson has there. Momentum carrying him through.
He had so much more overspeed. Jaden didn't really actually, like, that line wasn't even that bad. It was just Jamie having an insane perfect line.
Yes, I agree. That was really good to watch there, and there's crack on with everything else that's happening on the track, because it is still so close between the front three. In fact, it is that close between the front three, as it feels like this next corner seems to be the action point for these three at all times, and Pete's just going to watch these two fight each other, maybe spring something up in the final lap as we reach 17 minutes and 30 seconds. We'll have one more lap after this one, and
I feel that Pete has less speed than Manuel and Simon, but the only reason he's still in the fight is because they keep going side by side.
Yes.
But he may be the like we call it the laughing third. I don't know what it's called in English, but whatever. But he might be the one that is picking up the pieces after maybe Manuel and Simon are just getting a little bit too eager with the fight and just passing them as a free pass, as a freebie.
Yeah, with our special GoPros attached to the back of these TCRs, we were able to see exactly the battle which is transpiring between Manuel Saraleghi and Pete Newman. And Pete's going to, I think Manuel's got this one. No, he's allowed Pete the space to get onto the curbs. And this is perfect for Simon Trendle. We've got the best seats in the house right now, Wobbly, both right next to each other on the sand for Simon Trendle. And that's going to give these two a fraction of hope. Simon just very cheekily trying to give Pete the slightest bit of slipstream here. I'm going to keep it on this camera for just a little bit longer because I feel anything can happen here with these two. And definitely don't. I'll tell you what, Manuel is rapid through there. Simon probably being a bit too conservative through there. And now Manuel is going to have, hopefully, the run of his life versus the Audi.
Yeah, you can see that right behind Manuel, there's Pete just lurking in the back, like Jaws coming on the side, like a little bit taking a different curl, taking a different line to get some extra slightly advantage there. So we are currently in the last lap of this first sprint race of the super sprint format we are trying out this season. Pete is really giving it his all and trying to pressure Manuel into a small mistake. Simon is hoping that they will go. Oh, this is Pete. It just took so much risk just going over that curb. He is having none of it. He is.
Oh, and there's been a spin.
And he's a murderer. Oh no, he's not a murderer.
Can't say that on YouTube. We'll get demonetized again.
Again, I'll tell the joke, so we're fine.
No, you're good. As Ronald de Jong actually has a black flag a little bit further back. We'll carry on with this battle though at the moment because Pete Newman, this is for higher up the podium. It looks like Ronald de Jong has had been a bit unlucky with bits of contact. A off track is what caused the final straw that broke the camel's back. Don't know what the European version of that quote would be, but I'm sure someone as cultured as yourself would be able to think of a suitable animal.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
You know what? Never mind, and F you. But
I was grabbing my beer from the mini fridge.
You should have said. I would have carried on talking absolute crap. Am I allowed to say that word?
So this is Pete. The thing that happened with Pete and Manuel, I'd like to resume really quickly, is that Pete stuck his nose in, Manuel turned in, and it's basically the same thing that Pete did to me on Okayama, where he thought that I was giving the room and I didn't.
Wait, he stuck a nose in?
Well, he sticks his nose in everything, mate. Giggity, giggity, gig. Sorry. Anyway, and they somehow managed to keep on racing. I'm pretty sure that people sent Manuel a message like saying, oh, well, that was on me. But it's really good to see that didn't really impact the race. The Pete is having a really good line. He took some risk there. He might be... I think he just got away with the slowdown right there. Manuel still closing up on Simon, but that moment where Pete and Manuel touched, that was the breather that Simon Trendle needed.
Fantastic win and the heat one for Simon Trendle. Manuel Saraleghi in second and Pete Newman in third. And look at the closeness of these battles right here as well. We're getting a lot of cars right now making their way round. Eurolachnum with the win for Pro-Ams and Tony Burns. Surprising us all, and Trevor Burns, sorry, my bad. 9th place, getting that win in the AMS. His debut this season in BSTV could be subject to a class change, but we'll leave that a couple of weeks whilst the people who make those changes are currently off.
Tony Walker deserves a good shout out as well. Starting in 20th position and gained 5th position. So it looks like he was on the back foot a little bit for the start of the sprint race, but he somehow managed to salvage and ending up on 5th for the Pro AM class.
Yeah, and
6th, I can't count.
It's fine. I've just noticed as well, Ron de Jong, because he got that black flag on the last lap, is not able... Oh, it might have been second to last lap. You cannot serve that penalty on the last lap, so he's currently here as 23rd. But I'm pretty certain that's going to knock him down a couple of extra positions, depending on who's been lapped and who hasn't been lapped.
Yes, but looking at the times, he might be safe. I think the bumping has already been done. Because Demis had a meatball, and the guys behind him, they had some incidents, and they were a little bit slower than the other.
Demis finished 2 seconds behind, so that one's definitely going to... I think it's about 40 seconds, I think the penalty is, so may go down to 25th, as Sims has also finished within 25 seconds of De Jong.
I thought that it instantly went through if you had a black flag, but maybe it's just when the results are finalized.
Yeah, but that will come through very, very shortly as everybody else starts going through the line.
Looking back at this race, it's been a really action-packed first sprint race. So as I mentioned previously in the beginning of the sprint race, the standing start, the new start position for the second race is the position where you finished in. Where different for the third race, the third sprint race, we do first the top 15, and everything below the 15th car will remain as it is. So looking at the results of the first super sprint race, Simon Trendle hauling in the big points and getting that win in. Manuel Saralegui and Pete Newman right behind him. They fought tooth and nail to get these positions and to hold second and third position. Jamie Wilson, best of the rest of the pro drivers, if you ask me. He got away cleanly and got in. Past Jaden Scotton, who ended up on 5th position. Daniel Mills was right there as well, trying to pressure him. Jura Leikonen, quickest of the Pro AM drivers, had a really good outing. René Earhart, who had a car come over the front of his nose, but still managed to get the 8th position. Trevor Burns, AM driver, a little bit out of position, maybe good luck, maybe more talented than we expected, finished on 9th. And Stefan Goebel rounding up that top 10 on 2nd position for the Pro AM. I think that we need to do the grid set, Jay.
Yeah, you know what, let's do that, because that technically has the results as well. We've already gone through who the top 12 are. If you want to carry on from 13th, the floor is all yours.
13th, Dak Crowder. 14th is Daniel Lewis. 15th is Tony Walker. 16th is Stuart Gibbons. 17th, Paul Hurley and Dietmar Hoos on 18th. 19th is David Ayers and Chris Dixon on 20th. Stefan Klauke starting 21st and also finished 21st, and Odd Payne finished 22nd and starting 22nd. Demis Titular starting on the 23rd position, and Sean Shimes on 24th. 25th is Ronald de Jong, and 26th is Chesney van den Broeke. Mika Santa Helena starting on the 27th position, and Fiona Siddons 28th, and rounding up the grid. And I remember the name now. I don't know why I forgot. Peter van Gool, his brother, younger brother, I believe, is 29th. Good to see him there as well.
I think it's nephew, but
Is it? I thought it was his brother.
Maybe it's all. Maybe it could be that sort of family. Who knows?
I'm going to make a Dutch joke, and they will understand. Maybe he's from Urk, and then it could be his brother.
Well,
and it's just they will understand.
Aren't you Dutch?
I was very Dutch. So these positions, this race has the reverse top 15. If we're gonna see as action-packed as it was the previous race, it's gonna be in for a blast. I'm looking at the track and I'm skimming over it. Jay, I think that it's definitely dry tire season now.
Oh yeah, I've definitely noticed a dry line. The gamble that you're going to have to take is how much of that dry line do you think that you're going to end up using in this race. It's a sprint race. I think there's still going to be plenty of people who are going to start on the wets, and you know what? People are going towards your line of thinking, to be honest. I can only see 4 wet tyres at the moment on a car. Obviously, cars have 4 wet tyres, but there's 4 drivers at the moment, and one of those is Manuel Saralegui in 2nd place.
Oh,
yes.
There the lights are going on. We have no lights yet. This is the first light. We are going to the 5th one. And it's green, green, green. And we saw a slight movement there from a car. I think it was Manuel Saralegui. He is on the wet. Now it's going to be interesting. Is he able to pull this off and pull a blinder compared to the rest? Simon had a really good start. Now they're turning into turn 1. It's a super sketchy turn 1. Similar like the Nurburgring 24 hours, it's always dangerous to be out here in the first bits of the track. There was a small touch, ever so slightly. Someone is doing a little bit wider than he should be, but that smallest touches pushed him wide, but he managed to hold down. And who's that going wide? Is that Jamie? That's Jamie.
Oh, and there's a spin.
Oh, that is a spin, and he's all the way. That's a T-bone, but they all managed to get through. Oh, that was a small touch as well on the backhand side of, I think it was Dietmar who's...
Yeah, and that's so unfortunate. There's a lot of quick drivers who are caught up in that. A lot of people who are dropping down so many positions.
God,
7s and 8s. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
You're
get straight back to the
somehow
front.
in third position. You see that?
I do. Oh my goodness. Fantastic.
Absolutely blistering, but he is on the wet tires, so this is gonna make for a spectacular tactical race, because you can definitely tell that the wets they got away quickly, and I think that they currently have the advantage. But looking at the pace difference from the start, I would definitely say that in a lap 2, 3, 4 maybe the dries are starting to kick in. And are you able to hold those positions with the wet tires? This is going to be a spectacular masterpiece.
Jamie Wilson,
yeah, getting a little bit wide on the dry tires.
And I'm pretty sure I just watched Daniel Lewis spin off the track. He's there out in the open, just catching too much of those plastic curbs with those dry tyres. And I'll tell you who else is having a really good race, who also started on the wets, and that is this person here, Stefan Goebel. Having a fantastic time here. Like you said, it made you see plenty of dry patches on the track here, and Jamie Wilson taking advantage of that one, diving in on the inside. I feel he will get that move done. And into second place at the moment is Jura Larkinen, who has managed to dispatch of these 3 pro drivers on his wet tyres. And I'll tell you what, this behind is going to be who is bravest on those brakes. You have paint there as well as the wet, and I can see a few of those cars squirreling about. Jaden's keeping to that inside, and Søren Trendle cutting it very close there. Same with Pete Newman. They've all kept it going. A little tap just there, and Pete Newman stuck the nose in. Jaden saves it and keeps the outside.
So I would say that it's going to be a trademark from Pete, because he did it to me, now he did it to Manuel, and now he also did it to Jaden. I think that we have to call him the murderer for tonight.
I don't think that we can get a trophy for that one, but if you want to store that in your mind, we'll have a word with Pete afterwards for that.
Looking at the timing, I see definitely that Jura has the pace, because he was 2.7 seconds behind Manuel, but he managed to get a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer to Manuel there. Simon Trendle now not losing the time anymore on Jura, so I think that we're right at the crossover point, but it's gonna be sketchy to keep the car on that small line, and that's a big incident right there. I hope that they get through. Oh, what happened there? Because the car all the way bounced up.
Yeah, that was an interesting one there. I think we've managed to get straight to whatever happened here, and yeah, that's one of the Racing Forces cars just jumping straight onto the course, and probably, yeah, that wasn't the safest rejoin I think I've ever seen in my life.
I'm going to dispute that. I do agree, but I also think that there's got to be awareness, and you see that car, you know he's coming back on, so leave 2 or 3 meters more of space, and you're not getting in that position anyway.
Was sure true? I do. Oh, hang on. I think that car that's just been passed there, I think Payne could have a
I do
lead,
agree with you, don't get me wrong.
Does. So it's happened with Payne as well, and to the point that Arnaud de Jong has jumped into the pits. I'm trying to have a quick look at what happened here. It's showing Payne going off the track. And it looks like there's...
also on the back of Jura, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I do agree with you that the rejoin wasn't safe, but I do also think that you are in control of your own fate. The same as like leave the car clear for space. Don't leave a car clear of space, leave a car and a half. Then you're never going to be in the position that you're going to get hit. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Simon Trendle just passed Jura, and Jura also got overtaken by Pete Newman. So there's something going on at the front. I think this is the moment the wet tires are starting to getting too warm, and the dries are in a window that they are warm enough to get rid of the damp track that is still there.
I think the writing was on the wall as soon as that first lap came by, and Manuel Saralegui was only 2 seconds in front of the leader. If you were going to try and pull off any sort of tactical heist here, you needed to be pulling at least 6-7 seconds a lap at the very least. But
he's still at 4.
I feel Pete Newman's possibly going to be the favourite to win this race now, depending on how easily Simon Trendle and Jaden Scotland can dispatch of Euro, and Euro's not going to let them have it for free, and Jaden getting a bit squirrely just there. I don't know what the velocity's like under braking in the wet here, is it? Oh, well.
The velocity in general is sketchy when you've driven it as well, but in the wet, like there's a difference between the Audi, the Elantra, and the Honda. They heat up their tires pretty quickly in the wet. The velocity takes 2 more laps. It's already sketchy under braking on the dry. In the wet, it's an absolute horror to drive. Once you get the hang of it, it's okay, but it's definitely you have to work for it.
Yeah, and 2 sets of battles going on at the moment. We've got these quadruple in front, and then the 4 behind as well are going at it like rampant rabbits, just not in a Discovery Channel sort of way. They're just everywhere wobbly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, to be honest, I don't like giving out compliments, especially not to you and Pete, but you're definitely doing a better job following the action than Pete, because like Pete is like, if I would give a rate from 1 to 10, I would say Pete has a 3, and you're at like a 3.5, so you're doing fine, right?
Well, you know what? So next week, I'm going to announce it now to everybody. We are going to try our first ever solo broadcast.
Definitely not first. Pete used to do those when a certain person that shall not be named sometimes didn't turn up.
Fair enough, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, was it?
Yeah, definitely it was that guy.
Ah, a guy? Oh, okay.
It's definitely a guy. Well, he has no teeth, but he's definitely a guy.
Let's very quickly move on from this one. You know, I preferred the risque jokes. I'm not saying that as in I want to hear one right now, but I'm just saying we've got that tightrope, and we're not doing very well at getting around it.
No, you want to say?
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Sorry. Okay, back to the action. The gap between second and first is now stabilizing on 4 seconds.
You're on the wet tyres right now, not taking the dry line. Literally,
it's a really good shout.
Yeah, he's obviously watched the Formula 1, seen they've done it, and thought, you know what, I'm going to try that too. But Jada
definitely
in
works.
front here. Sorry, I've got loads of coughing going on at the moment. The 2 teammates from Crimea right now, Simon Trendle and Jamie Wilson, both running Audi power at the moment, and Jaden's starting to get to grips with the amount of grip that he has at his disposal. They're all trying to chase down Manuel Saralegui. We are not even halfway through this race yet, and Manuel is still, because of how much these lot are battling right now, managing to somehow pull away. Jamie Wilson does have the quickest lap of the race with 2:17.47, and Jaden taking those brave pills and getting himself as close as possible. Doesn't make any moves here, but is not afraid to have a go. Both him and Jamie promoting through Pro-Ams last season, definitely making American Pro.
So Manuel just lost 6 tenths just on the straight alone.
Wow.
I think that...
that time from Simon. Oh, Daniel Mills.
Yeah. Daniel Mills right behind him, who's a really talented driver. It's insane how once you get past that crossover point, and the dry tires are able to put down the grip that you want. That is the moment that the gaps are getting really close and disappear really quickly.
I have a feeling that Manuel Saralegui is about to get swarmed by at least 4 TCR, because this cluster of 4 fighting in front is just allowing those like Daniel Mills, Rene Earhart behind them as well.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look how close it is, and this is absolutely brilliant driving from these 4 at the moment. and you just cannot take your eyes off this action at all. And just look how smooth they all are with each other. That's the experience, and the experience of just driving in the league with the same people. You know what they're capable of. You know what you can and can't try. This has allowed Simon to pull out a little bit and start his attack on Manuel, but until then he's been replaced with Daniel Mills at the back, and suddenly there's a few more moves going on behind with Derek and Euro both fighting away as well. But wow.
So we got Dan Mold shouting for, or at least thinking that Pete will catch.
Oh, no, he won't, not like that. And
ooh, no.
Someone's gone off, and it's caused a chain reaction with the rest of the cars. Daniel Mills, the biggest winner here, jumping up into 4th place with Jamie Wilson in front. Now Jamie has the task that Simon had just a couple of corners ago. Get away from the pack, let the pack fight, and solidify your 3rd place.
Now the big question is, well, not the big question, but obviously there's a slight dry line currently. Are you able to overtake just off your speed, or are you going to gamble it and even send it on the inside where it might be a little bit wetter?
Well, you know, I was always told it's always wetter when it's better, and obviously they meant Nurburgring Grand Prix Strecke today, the 23rd of December, where we're watching Daniel Mills right now in the second of our 3 super sprints, trying to get a move done for 3rd place. The positions of this second race is a reverse 15 for the feature. And Jaden completely missing his braking point there, nearly ploughing through somebody else, but they all race on, and Daniel in a lap. This point last lap, he was all the way back in 6th, 7th place. Look at him now fighting for those podiums. Oh, and that's Simon Trendeloff.
Yes, that's what I want to say. He completely missed the corner.
Wow.
If they keep this up, now Daniel suddenly it came into 2nd. He got gifted places, place after place after place. He got gifted them.
Yeah, and I'm not getting anything saying that Simon went off the track either, so I can't even do a replay of it at the moment. We have, however, got a replay of this from Ronald de Jong.
So Ronald de Jong going through the first beats, first corners.
You
the second corner. He
want
got
to
on
be
the
breaking
curb,
on
and his curb
those.
is quite wet, and just
Oh, that was close, but he jumped out anyway on that one. But I wonder if that's exactly what happened with Simon Trendle. It's very possible. Those curbs are still slippy. You ideally do not want to be braking on those right now.
So this is the battle for the Team Chimera boys. They leave each other room, but they fight hard. If Jamie has a chance to beat Simon, will always go for the gap.
Absolutely. Do you think Jamie Wilson's going to be likely just to let Simon through if he starts giving him too much pressure?
No.
Okay, well, that was a really interesting talk on that one.
So Simon also did slightly sideways mention that he might not be able to do the full season, so Jamie probably will. Looking at the front, Daniel Mills is only half a second behind Manuel currently.
Wow, it's getting closer. It is getting so much closer. We were just on board there with our second place driver in wets at the moment. Euro Larkinen, but look at that pace just there for Daniel Mills, and what a 2 laps Daniel Mills has had, jumping from 7th place all the way up. Is Manuel going to go for a move on the inside? I don't think he will. He probably knows his time is up. He has 5 minutes to try and survive the rest. The gamble hasn't paid off. Now he just has to try and save as much of his race as possible.
So I think that Manuel is gonna be 10th. About Ish, because I think that he's gonna lose so much pace compared to the others. But because of the reverse grid currently, Carl Hardy is not anymore. Stuart Gibbons is currently in 50. Not anymore. Carl Hardy is in 50th position.
Oh, we just call that what?
Lovely. That is commentator's curse.
Can you stop talking about poor young Carl Hardy? Look, you're just... What have you done? Look at the result of your actions. Hey!
Oh, I like that one. Yeah. But
Oh, man, we need to get real jobs.
Oh man, I work for the state, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's not a real job. You're just hated
No.
by everyone. In and off, in and out of
fine.
this office right now.
Home office.
But we've got 2 lots of 3 all fighting out at the moment. One's for second place with Manuel Saralegui, and we're going to quickly go to that one because it looks like someone's just disappeared, and he's back. Might as well have to start calling pull down. Oh, and a little bump of the rear just there, but Manuel has to literally baby the car around these corners at the moment. Simon not really getting the drift of that at the moment. Fantastic. Oh, and Rene making a move on the inside. We could be about to go 3 wide through the kink.
Oh, I don't think that is the smartest thing to do from Rene. Nope.
Little bits of touches, and this is just granting Manuel Saralegui an extra few corners to survive.
This is playing towards the cards of Manuel Saralegui, who is already struggling. That was I don't think. Oh
wow!
Three wide. They're all wide rally cars. So yeah, they are playing Assetto Corsa rally.
Oh, they really are. AC Rally has come to our... I know the new dirt cars have come out, but lads, now is not the time to be doing this. You're racing front-wheel drive machines. Jaden coming off the worst out of everybody else there as people in front going and doing their thing. And tell you what, 7th place, Derek Ralpher at the moment. Fantastic drive from him. Up 6 positions. And in
really good job by him,
yeah, really good position now to get a load of points. People who aren't going to be getting a load of points, Carl Hardy, Burns and Asboff as well. Asboff with a meatball, so he'll have to go into the pits soon. Stuart Gibbons has gone in the pits with a meatball. Burns is now in the pit lane to serve his penalty, and Carl Hardy has one as well. We're in 16, coming up to 17 minutes of 20. We'll be approaching the final lap soon. Carl should probably get that pit stop done for that penalty this lap, or else it could end up being a heavy penalty for him.
I'm very sorry, Carl. I truly am.
You just need to think about the course of your actions.
I'll sit in the corner with a donkey hat on.
Jesus Christ. Stuart Gibbons getting double teamed there by the result car and the hydro race as well, and that would have been the cause of Stuart's meatball. He goes off to the side, and I think the brakes went as well.
Yeah, he's got hit, and probably the suspension got broken because of the angle where it got in. This is Manuel still fighting with the guys that are able to do lap times that are 4 seconds
there we
quicker.
go. That's the one. That's the move.
Now he's gonna get marked, and I thought that he would have fallen back further because the
Rena's got a penalty.
Is so insane. Oh, yes. Oh, but what?
I wonder if it's a lot of off tracks going on. There's a lot of drivers on the grid right now. If you look on your screens, folks, with either meatballs or black flags. And at the moment, the fighting is ferocious. Rene's going to take it now. He has to take it now, really.
Did you know that in
Rene's hit
Germany...
the pit wall.
Sorry. Did he?
Yeah, he hit the pit wall.
But that doesn't really matter because he's gonna get the quick repair anyway.
Yes.
So I wanted to say, did you know that in Germany even the curbs are engineered?
Tell me more.
No, that's it.
Okay then. Santa Elena getting a 2-for-1. I've just seen behind. I'm just waiting for this battle to straighten out a little bit. There's a lot of swapping going on behind with Deck and Jaden. Deck going on to the curbs, and that has caused a massive incident.
That car is broken.
Oh, I don't think that's passing its MOT.
I don't think.
No.
I hope that his hands were off the steering wheel because I had those incidents in iRacing and it hurts like hell.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just seeing how Santa Elena managed to get past Europe. It looks like it's due to just how good the drivers are doing now compared to the wets. That's a top 10 for Mika Santa Elena at the moment. Just getting onto a suitable camera so we see exactly what happened with Deck. But yeah, those curbs are still slippy. Jaden taking that inside line, forcing Deck onto the outside, and just one little touch too much, and that's the end of Deck's second race. That's so unfortunate.
So we are currently in the last lap. We are getting to that 20-minute mark, and we can see that Manuel now lost all the spots that he from his pro companions that were fighting him. Currently, Daniel Mills, who came out of nowhere and got a lot of freebies, but that doesn't discount the fact that he drove a spectacular race. The pro drivers, they were fighting all over each other. I really like how a sprint race should feel and should be chaos, respect, but definitely one big winner after all, which is Daniel Mills. Congratulations on him.
Yeah, we're just seeing what happens here. The Audi Power, and it could be a drag race for the finish between Simon Trendle and Pete Newman, but I think Pete Newman's just going to get it. Pulls out wide, and yes, Pete Newman holding on to that podium position. Jamie Wilson with a fantastic second place there.
So I do think that we have to change one thing with the super sprint format.
Okay, what are you suggesting to me right now?
No, it's an honest suggestion, and I think that most of the drivers will agree with this one. It even caught me off guard, and I think it also caught you off guard that we don't have a pre-warm-up between the races.
Right, okay.
Chesney, for example, missed out because he thought there was a pre-warm. Obviously, there wasn't. You could have seen that when you're looking at how the session was set up. Oh, what are your thoughts about that?
Is this not in the BSTV rules? The timings of the sessions, and if there's any warm-ups in between? I mean, I know that throws my own driver under the bus, but I'm just saying.
You are asking me to read the rules. I was so proud of myself for the fact that I read the rules just to understand how the super sprint worked. Well, Pete was here with Gary. We worked out how it should work. and I forgot. So anyway, heat results are blank.
This isn't good.
No.
I wonder if there's still somebody on the track at the moment. I'm having a quick look around, and there is. Oh, don't worry, guys. We haven't broken everything yet, and Overpayne has decided that they know that the camera's on them. They nearly take out our cameraman. They're already on minimum wage. In fact, they're not even on minimum wage. They're volunteers. Oh wow! Look how bright everything just got all of a sudden.
No, I get paid for this. I don't know what you are doing, but awkward.
Obviously, I'm not doing enough, am I?
It's still broken.
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter because we're going through the what is it called? No, wait. Huh?
If you want to set an extra,
weird.
It's not actually coming up with the grid for the next race.
Okay, so Daniel Mills was the. Let me do the grid set thingy first. Grid set 2. So. Wait, is that now a pre-warm-up? There's now a pre-warm-up.
Huh.
What? Okay.
Interesting. That'll explain why the grid's not working. Wow.
Okay, so,
folks, like I said, there's going to be plenty of technical difficulties here.
So results, I'll go through it because I have them in front of me. So Daniel Mills came in first. Jamie Wilson came in second. Pete Newman was third. And Simon Trendle. Oh, there they are. Wait, why are they suddenly turning up? So, Pete Newman
I'm clicking a lot of things. It says B main just there, and I don't know why it says B main. We just have to be careful, I think, in future broadcasts of this.
The thing is, I think that we should definitely try and... you should pay us to be the cameraman, man. Is that an idea for Mr. Director?
you know what he's going to say. It's just futile, isn't it?
So let's get through the results. Daniel Mills
for
Impact Racing won the race by a blistering 6.5 seconds. Got through completely cleanly. Jamie Wilson second, really good result from him. He turned up his game the last 2-3 seasons and got a lot of pace there. Pete Newman ending up third. Simon Trendle fourth. Jaden Scotton rounding up that top 5. Really good result for him as well. Again, a really steady result. 6th, Tony Walker came out of nowhere, started 15th, so he won 9 positions. Manuel Saralegui gambled with the wet tires and didn't win on that one, but still managed to hold on to 7th position. David Ayers on 8th. This feels a bit weird.
Wow.
I'm really surprised by David Ayres.
Brilliant.
Honestly, you would have surprised in my voice, and that's not to discount how good of a driver David is, but I'm just surprised to see him this far up. So he must have put in a stellar performance. We missed that on the broadcast due to our cameraman's failures, but that is fine, David. Really good job on your results. Ninth is Mika Santa Helena, and 10th, Gerard Leikonen, who was also on the wet tires. 7 Goebel is 11th, and 12th, René Earhart. Ties van Gool, we still don't know if it's a nephew or it's a brother. Maybe Ties, I see that you're in the chat. You can tell us if you're the nephew of Pete, or maybe his brother, or maybe his sister, if you want to be called like that. Daniel Lewis on 14th, 15th is Marius. Stop laughing, Jay. 16th is Demis Titular, and 17th Carl Hardy, who had the commentator's curse. We saw all the switches. Pete is my uncle.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, fair enough. How old is Pete? Maybe he doesn't want to discount that. Carl Hardy on 17th, as I said, commentator's curse. 18th, Stefan Klauke, home race for him as a German. 19th is Fiona Siddons, and 20th is Paul Hurley. Trevor Burns, we said that he was doing a really good job in the first race, but he had a bit of a stinker in the second, so maybe Pro AM is fine for him. On 21st, Deck Cowder on 22nd, and 23rd is Stuart Gibbons, who got into an incident. Art Payne, I can't really remember what happened to him, but looking at the fact he's a lap down, I assume that he had an incident as well.
It was the double team. The double team in the final corner.
Yep. Yeah, we should try that once as well, Jay. Double team in the final corner. Hey! Demis Asboff, 25th. Yeah, who had a meatball. Chris Dixon, 27th, Ronald Leong, and 28 is Sean Shimes. So.
Oh, yeah, and then 29 Chesney. Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? He didn't start anyway. So it doesn't really matter. He forgot there was no warm-up. Who would forget such a thing?
Not me.
Not me.
It's happened twice in my career, I think.
The time where we were on Watkins Glen, and I was like gridding a little bit late, and because of the tires, you know the advantage you have. Like it saves you about a degree. It only helps you in the first corner, but whatever. And then Sam pushed the button on SDK somehow, and it skipped over the session. But I thought I was already a little bit late. I had like a minute left. I was like, oh, did I miss it? Oh, that's dumb. And I was first blaming myself, and then suddenly saw like 7 or 8 cars in the pits as well, because the session got ticked over and they didn't grid. It's like, what the hell is going on? and I started blaming Sam for that. It still haunts him.
Sometimes blaming others is the easiest thing you can do.
So we have to reverse grid for this one. So Dietmar, who ended on 15, so that gave him the pole position. The second position was for Daniel Lewis, and Ties van Gool, which Pete van Gool is his uncle, starting on third. He must be proud for your position where you're starting. René Earhart on 4th. By the way, Ties, you're starting higher than Pete ever started, I think. So that's one that you can take into account. 5th, Stefan Goebel. 6th is Gerard Leikonen. 7th, Mika Santana Helena. And 8th is David Ayres. Manuel Sayolegi on 9th, all the way from Argentina. Love that he is here. Amazing driver. Tony Walker, my teammate, he is doing a really good job, starting from 10th position. Jaden Scotton on 11th, and Simon Trendle on 12th. Going into the 13th, if Jay maybe knows how to push a button and get me the next.
There we go.
Pete Newman.
You're welcome.
Pete Newman on 13th, and 14th is Jamie Wilson. 15th is Daniel Mills, who won the previous race. That's why he's getting punished and now starting all the way back here. Demis Titular. I'm doing this on purpose, Demis, sorry. 16th, he's starting on 16th position. Carl Hardy, who got the commentator's curse, starting on 17th. 18th, Stefan Klauke. Fiona Siddons on 19th, and 20th is Paul Hurley. Trevor Burns and Deck Cowder holding up the 21st and 22nd position, and Stuart Gibbons is on 23rd. 24th is Art Payne, and 25th is Demis Asboth, who had a really unlucky situation where his car got broken and a meatball. That's why he's all the way back here as a pro driver. 26th is Chris Dixon, Ronald de Jong on 27th, Sean Shimes on 28th, and Chesney van der Broeke, who doesn't know how to read the rules apparently and doesn't understand when to grid, so is rounding up the grid on 29th. But in all fairness, Jay, you're doing a really good job on cameras. I'm only going to say this once, so I never want to hear it again.
Oh, I'll take that, I suppose.
We are almost at that mark that we are getting the lights again. And I am curious, are the drivers able to get through that first corner? The tennis building up again. Lights are off, and I see a bad start from third position. That is Rene Earhart, who's having some sort of wheel spin. That means that Ties from Gul, sorry. He had some wheel spin from the start, and it's Daniel Lewis and Dietmar hurdling through the first corner. It's a little bit crash right there. I think that is Fiona Siddons or some results car. It was Fiona indeed. She managed to get the car and didn't start bowling, so she threw the car into the wall, and there's a touch there, and I hope that this is going to be getting slight. That is an unfortunate incident, but I thought we got Tony. Not Tony. Did Tony get hit?
No, that was Santa Helena.
Santa Helena got hit, thanks. So we got Santa Helena and Gerard Rijkonen both having a meatball and having a stinker of a start. And being that it is a sprint race, they might fall for this one. I hope that they get back on track. For the rest of the field, we had 3 incidents in the beginning. The rest got through quite cleanly. The side-by-side action right in the front of Tony Walker, Daniel Mills, Pete Newman. Tony is trying to get involved there, but from his position, starting on 10th, he is doing a good job. He on the inside, having a late move, but Daniel's having none of it. So on the right-hand side, you saw Simon getting, who's that? Pete Newman getting it all wrong on the outside of that corner.
And now his reward is a Jamie Wilson behind him, who we've already seen finishing second last race. It has a very uncharacteristically bad start from Jamie Wilson. Usually is about 20,000 places up by now.
Wrong.
Wrong? Am I?
Wrong. Yeah. He's famous for his bad starts.
Oh, well, every time I've seen him recently, they've been pretty good starts. So
ask him about the V8 starts.
I'll let you. Alright, it's battle for the lead right now, though. And you can still see. No, that's fine. It's still see some wet parts of the track at the moment. You see plenty of dry, but still a couple of wet patches. You can make your joke now about wet patches.
Why? I'm not suggesting anything. I got like 7, but I got this notebook from Pete. It has like 400 pages of things I can't say.
Yeah, I believe that.
I like my white patch.
That's the only one you're having. Manuel Saraleghi at the moment up in 5th position, 4 places up. Jaden Scotton, who is just overtaken, is still up 5, and look how close it is behind. You got Thijs van Gool just behind Jaden Scotton, and so far these pros are slowly carving through everybody else. Manuel Saraleghi now getting through Stefan Goebel. Jaden Scotton taking the outside line here. He's going to have a quicker outside line unless Mr. Goebel can close that in time, and he does. Saraleghi at the moment trying to use as much of the course that he can with the cars, and the tracks are drying up. You can afford to... Oh, and I've just seen a 3-wide battle behind. That is not where you want to ideally be having a 3-wide battle. And Thijs van Gool has accidentally tapped Daniel Mills just there. They've saved it, and they're still going, and it's back and forth, and Ty's doing a fantastic job with the physics of the car just there. I've seen many before completely lose it there. That was some pinballing going on there. How? All 3 of those, and there's Daniel Mills.
Daniel is getting the worst end of the stick ever. He's getting hit
This is not the place you want to be going too wide right now, and Thijs van Gool has actually just missed the corner completely.
And again, sliding.
Simon Treadle has a meatball flag.
So that is a game changer for the early season, and Tony is also getting involved in every slide. Daniel getting hit again.
Nobody got a slow down through there apart from Stuart Gibbons. I've just heard more crashes of steel.
How is Daniel still alive? He's like Batman in Bane's cave.
I've never seen the film. I'll take your word for it. How close can they all get here?
Under braking, side by side, watching out for that slowdown on the inside, but somehow they managed to squeeze through.
Yeah, fantastic job just there. We're just watching on the outside of Daniel Mills to see who is going to hit Daniel Mills next. The new game show presented to you by Backfire Simsport TV.
It's called pinball.
But Daniel Mills has somehow survived that. He's still in the top 10, but the battle's getting even more rampant behind. Look at the traffic going through here right now. A lot of position swapping, and I'll be honest, Wobbly, I don't know where to point the camera, as I think that may have been Santa Helena yet again. Oh no, that might have been Chesney actually. Yeah, Chesney.
I would say that point the camera at the cars.
Sure thing.
But I'm not the cameraman. I mean, you make your own choices. So UK is a semi-free country. We have a change for the lead of Daniel Lewis and Rene Earhart, who are fighting
Daniel
it out.
Lewis still keeping it, and there's been a little bit of a tap.
The Rene was past him for a slight second, but he has a really good exit on turn 7, I think, already. For Americans, it's probably turn 17. But he definitely got past there, and you can see that there's the difference. And Rene is a really good driver. Daniel is a really good driver as well. They left the room for each other. There's a lot of dirt there on the outside because of the earlier laps. A couple of cars went a little bit wider, so there's less grip on that outside line.
Yeah, just wondering now, Daniel Lewis needs to try his best to get that position back as soon as possible. The longer he lets Rene in front of him, just the inevitable is about to happen behind him, as Manuel Saralegui is lurking about in third. And this is a perfect position for Manuel after a disastrous tactical decision in race 2. He finds himself with an opportunity now to dispatch those in front of him quickly and potentially get the feature race win. This is the third race, those who have just joined us now, of our first ever Super Sprint. 3 20-minute races with a reverse 15 on the final race. Currently on lap 3, Daniel Lewis has been leading throughout, but Rene Earhart could be about to get his first lead lap point.
Yeah, and it's definitely something to take in account a couple of seasons back, where we changed the scoring system, where it would be beneficial to lead a couple of laps. I think it goes up all the way to 3 points these days. And that included with the quickest lap. That's also currently, well, Scotland just nicked it from Rene. Well, it's also worth 3 points, and the pole position, if I am correct, is also worth 3 points. So that's an extra 9 points you can win. A small touch there on that exit of turn 1 between Daniel Lewis and Manuel Saralegui. Dietmar, who is having a prime spot for this one. In Miami, you will probably pay like €1,000 just to see those cars getting by.
Yeah, Jaden looking for a fantastic outside pass through Dietmar, and he achieves it. I was very surprised there with that contact with Manuel Saralegui and Daniel Lewis that didn't result in Manuel getting net-coded there, but it kind of looked like that actually the net-coding kind of helped Manuel there. He seemed to phase through the front right-hand corner of Daniel Lewis's car, and they both survive and carry on fighting. And now it's going to be Rene Earhart versus Manuel Saralegui. Wondering how long this one's going for. As we go further back up the grid, you can just see how tightly compacted the rest of the field is. Daniel Mills on the recovery after getting smacked around by half of the grid. Trying for
slided wide to have a change for the lead.
Well, that didn't last long at all, did it? Manuel Saralegui in the lead, but we'll go back to what's going on back here, because there's just so much going on. In front of these, and Pete Newman and Daniel Mills going off the track.
Tony's trying to ball, and there's a little bit of flashing going on. Somebody's not happy. Tony hit the rear there of Jamie Wilson. I thought for a second that Jamie was going to get... Ooh, Tony doesn't look happy. I think that Tony's driving in anger. And
let's hope that red mist doesn't turn into anything that involves a car retiring there, but... Wow, that was insane. After this chicane, we're going to go back and see exactly what happened with Daniel Mills and Pete Newman. And it looks like they're getting through here. Pete Newman's got a fantastic run through here and could be going in for the move on Tony Walker, and looks like he's going to get that one done. Absolutely no problem. Let's quickly have a look back at what happened between Daniel Mills and Pete Newman, both on the exit of the Goodyear car. Both going too wide through the Schumacher. Pete Newman deciding to use... Ooh, and just the danger of going too wide through there. Someone has to give space, has to give way there. And it just seemed like Daniel Mills using as much track as he could as possible. And tell you what, Jamie Wilson was nearly used as a bowling pin there. That was so close.
So meanwhile, when we were showing the replay, I was still looking at the fight between Tony and Pete. Pete eventually got past him, but on the straight they were side by side, and for the first corner they also were still side by side. So it was definitely a hard pass for Pete there, who lost a lot of time fighting that.
And whilst all that was going on as well, Jane Scotland has moved himself up into second place. That might have been through Rene going off the circuit though. I'm trying to have a quick look at seeing what happened with Rene, but I'm not actually able to get any events for that once. Oh no, I tell you what, I am completely wrong. I am a dirty, rotten liar.
Again, it's the second time today.
Oh no, this is showing another time Rene went off the track. So I just wonder if Rene is having some troubles keeping his composure on the track at the moment. Very lucky there not to put that into the wall and get some nice exit out of there. And that, I think, he's actually already caught up to Stefan in front.
So what happened with Rene was that he, under a long 180-degree turn, I don't know what the name is, he slided out of that camber that was there and went sideways slightly, and then the cars passed him. It wasn't a major incident, it was just a slightly out of control moment.
Ah, fair enough. Thank you very much. No, Jamie Wilson still chasing down Dennis, and I think it's just a matter of time right now. And surely a better exit here for the Audi is going to be enough. Very minimal exit curb just there from Jamie compared to what Demis was using. And Demis is not in a good spot right now. Jamie's going to take the inside. A little bit of a fight there from Demis, but overall, he knows Jamie's quicker. He knows he can possibly use Jamie as an opportunity to get further up the grid. But if Demis looks behind him quick enough, and actually, I tell you what, I didn't see that coming. A little watch on the outside, but I feel he's just going to open up that inside for Pete here. Pete's going to hug that tight line just there, and oh wow,
that is a really good corner. I was thinking that he was going to get carrying too much speed through that one, but somehow he managed. But I think that Jamie has damage looking at the rear of his car. Yeah, he definitely has damage.
Yeah, I don't know if that'd do much for his speed at all. Would it do anything for the balance of the car?
I think both, to be honest. Like iRacing builds up the physics model that if you have damage, it always impacts the speed, even though it might be so slight that you don't even notice it. But usually it's about 1 or 2 kph.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Speed.
Oh, and there's been big crashes behind. We'll go and see those shortly, but I feel something's going to happen in Tony.
Tony just pushing and barging his way through. He's like, I want to get past. I see that my components in the championship are far ahead, and that is going wide on that curb is Pete Newman, and that is always a risk, even in these conditions where it's slightly dry. They're going side by side on the outside. Is Tony gonna be able to outbrake Jamie? He is side by side again, and you see now Pete trying to pressure Dennis again. Is absolutely on for these spots for P6. 7. I'm wrong. It's 10.
It's fine. It's
I'm
okay.
wrong. It's
okay.
8. It's 6, 7.
Do you know how to count in English?
Oh, mate. That was quite funny. It was something, I can't remember what situation. I told Pete,
and we've just missed something big. And that's Daniel Mills.
Daniel Mills, yeah. Oh, Jaden Scott is still pressuring Manuel, by the way, between. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot we need to catch up on here, because a lot has happened. We've had a crash with David Ayres about a lap ago, as well as Chesney van der Broek as well, Chris Dixon too, and just a lot. It's just so much. Everyone's so condensed there, and it's just turned into
a spiral effect.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate. Before that, it was Chris Dixon with a crash a little bit earlier. I reckon this is just going to be a case of just missing that corner. We'll go on to a wider camera for the incident with Chesney, and oh no, just parking it up. So we'll quickly go over that incident in those S's again.
This was just spiraling out of control.
Oh no!
It just kept on going, and it kept on getting worse and worse. It's all racing incident, but it's just one car hitting another, then hitting another again, and just bouncing off each other.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Like it, especially with a track that's not completely dry yet either. It takes one person to make a move, and if one surface at one of those wheels is slightly different to the rest, it could cause absolute carnage with your car.
We are back at the fight where Pete Newman used to be as well, and Rene was earlier. It looks like, oh, that was cutting off the nose, and that was quite dangerous.
But they kept it together, and look at that. Oh, I was going to say they kept it together and really neat there. But I'll tell you what, Dennis Titular is having a fantastic race fighting against these pros at the moment. He is not letting anybody have it an inch. Takes a bit of an outside wide line here. He's going to have the inside for this final chicane. The BES WEC and a little tiny bit of a touch just there. The car's going to come back across.
Tony's getting a run. He's getting side by side. Is he going to overtake both of them? No, Jamie is closing the door. That Dennis Titular is now sliding outside, and it gave Tony Walker 2 positions.
Wow. What are the chances of that? But I don't think Tony's going to be done yet. Jamie Wilson has got a run here. Does he make a move? Does Tony defend the inside? Tony's going to let him have that inside. Could be looking here for an up and under. You have Tamas just behind, ready to take advantage. Look at this up and under about to happen. They're both side by side as things stand.
Tony's trying to cut back, but I kind of feel that Tony understands that Jamie has a slight pace advantage over him, even with the broken rear that Jamie is currently having. And once the quicker drivers, the pro drivers got through this pack, you can definitely tell that Pete Newman and Rene had a lot of pace advantage because they are driving away now in clean air.
Yeah, we have a slight battle behind as well between Daniel Mills and Derek Crowther. That beautiful looking Dutch JC Academy car in front. Oh, there's a lot of sparks coming up from underneath Daniel Mills here.
Yeah, how is he able to drive that one?
It's not coming up as... Have you got a meatball on your side? I've not... The stewards haven't thrown anything. It looks like that front left wheel is completely gone. Yeah.
It looks like he has a flat tire, but it isn't. It's just scraping. I mean, we have to check his plank when his car is getting for inspection.
Yeah, I mean, look at that wheel just there. It does not look healthy at all. It's
spectacular though. Like the sparks are cool. 12 points, Daniel. 10 points for you. I think this is an iRacing visual bug, if I'm completely honest.
There's so much going on at the moment as Tyres finally gives the position to Dek Crowther. Dek going up to 14th place. We're watching a fight for the lead right now, and I don't think any of us had this on our cards at the start of the race. Jaden Scotton and Manuel Saralegi are both fighting for the lead in the feature race at Nurburgring, and Jaden is all over Manuel. Like, the ball could potentially be in Jaden's court here.
Manuel is definitely a tough nut to crack, and but looking at how amazing Jaden's pace has been, especially this sprint session. Well, I wanted to point out that Jaden had the quickest lap, but Simon Trennell just nicked it.
Yeah, hashtag just Simon things.
He's doing the Ricciardo thing. That's what I did. Just trying to get points away from the opponents.
I tell you what, Jaden is matching Manuel Saralegi throttle input for throttle input at the moment. But
it's really hard to follow this closely, and trying to overtake as well. Matching the pace is one thing, to doing the move is the second thing. But Jaden is absolutely on it and pressuring Manuel everywhere where he can. And Manuel is, again, pointing out the talent that he has. He is really quick. I don't know how much practice he put in this one, but he is a really good driver, and it's always fun to drive against him. Jaden is definitely worthy of that bumping up to the pro class, because look at this. His performance has been stellar.
yes, absolutely, and we're just going to see if anything happens on this final chicane. This is actually the last 30 seconds. Do you think we're going to get another lap?
I don't think we're going to get another lap.
This could be the sprint for the finish then. We have 20 seconds. No. Oh, Emmanuel goes off
Manuel,
slightly. Oh, and Jaden doesn't take advantage of it. We have 15 seconds left. We're going to go for one more lap.
Or do we see Barney trying to dislocate his shoulder?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
There's another lap. We get another lap.
We get one more lap with 3 seconds to go.
Amazing. So this is going to be a fight till the end. This is going to be
And
Schumacher
Jaden's in
against
lead.
Hill.
Oh, no, don't say that. We know how that one went.
He turned it on him, but it's fine. That's how to win a championship. Tony Walker with the quickest lap overall, so that's 3 points for him now.
Fantastic. There we go. Manuel Savaleghi has to defend for his life against Jaden Scotton at the moment. And I'll tell you what, Jaden is all over him. There is a little bit of light damage on the bodywork on the front right of Manuel, but still, this is absolutely not taking anything away from Jaden. Jaden is on him, a little tiny bit of a dive just here.
Do it.
Oh.
You want to coach him like that's not the spot. Just be patient.
I actually got took out there earlier in an official. It was amazing. Not.
Yeah, because like the way that corner is laid down, it's the camber is on the inside, and you can't stick your nose in because you don't have carry any speed on the outside. But you definitely got to hit the car in front. As we pointed out, Manuel has slight damage, but that doesn't take away of the ballsiness that Jaden is currently showing.
Yeah, just quickly hovering over a couple of the other close battles going on the grid at the moment. It's not just at the front where things are going down. Also got Rene Earhart trying to keep Pete Newman away from taking that 6th place. Just having a quick look at the time between Sarah Leahy and Jaden Scott, and they are both going to be going for a final overtaking opportunity. How's this one going to go? Jane with a nice run here on Manuel, but unless Manuel messes up that this chicane again, Manuel's opened up a little bit more, and Jaden has a lot more speed.
Go to the right. If he gets to the right, and Manuel's doing everything. He's playing out every dirty trick in the book cleanly, but it is a dirty trick, and he parked the apex. He parked the bus, forcing Jaden to hit his rear. There was no way to pass him, which means that Manuel is the winner of his race. But I do want to congratulate Jaden Scotton as well on his mental victory, because he put on a pressure on a 7K plus driver, and that is a really good shout for him. That
was an incredible end to that race. I think I now have groove marks in my wheel from how much I was gripping it just then. Daniel Lewis winning the Pro-Ams. You got 3 Pro-Ams in 3rd, 4th and 5th. The chaos throughout the grid in the super sprint. Everyone urgent, everyone trying their best to try and get through as many moves as possible, as we watch a last move here from Euro onto David Ayres. But I think David Ayres, who's also had a really good race here, a really good night actually, manages to just finish in front of Euro taking that 20th place. But Daniel Lewis in 3rd, winning the Pro-Ams with Dietmar and Stefan Goebel just behind them. We've got René Earhart, a fantastic night tonight for the Cutting Corny TCR team, with a 4th place and a 6th place finish in the feature race. But then making up the rest of that top 5, Rene in 6th, Pete Newman and Jamie Wilson 7th, 8th, Tony Walker in 9th, and in 10th place is Tamas Asboff. But we'll go through the rest of the results shortly, as everybody else is still slowly getting through the rest of the track. Now we've got Daniel Mills. No, that's not Daniel Mills, that's Burns, that's Trevor Burns, slowly getting through. Sorry, my mistake there.
Did you notice that on the last lap, Pete Newman got the quickest lap in the end?
Wow, right at the death.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not much, those 3 points, but it definitely helps, especially if you wanna, if you have like a couple of incidents, those quicker, like those extra points you are able to get during during a race, during a round. They definitely help write off those incident points.
Yeah, so I'm just so worn out from those last 3-4 laps. That was absolutely thrilling stuff. Before we go into the final results, super sprints, yes or no? I loved it.
I would say, I honestly, it's been a great watch. I do think that the beauty of this league is that we have different formats, and the fact that we are trying something new like this, a super sprint. We're going to talk to the drivers soon, what they think of it, and we're going to evaluate it after the season. But especially for us as commentators, I would say 3 of these super sprints in a season is definitely a go for us.
Yeah, three more to go, and it's I can't wait. We've got a nice selection of tracks throughout the season that we're trying this format on, from bigger tracks like this Grand Prix circuit at Nurburgring to Lime Rock Park as well. Can you imagine what Lime Rock Park is going to be like? This is the classic layout as well later in the season, with very little chicanes. In fact, I think that number's 0.
Yeah.
Cars speeding around there in 50-second laps in a super sprint format. That's going to be absolutely unmissable. But I will let you have the honours of calling the results of our feature race.
Yeah, I want to react on one thing. I think the Lime Rock Park is absolutely perfect for a sprint race, because if you do a normal race there, like a 40-minute race, feature race, it's just going to be a fouled line. And the sprint format, 3 sprint races, brings an extra oomph to the table. It brings out the best of people, and it's going to be more aggressive than you would be in a feature race. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. Going to the standings, Manuel Saralegui, who got put on the pressure basically half the race by Jaden Scotton. Had slight damage in the front, but a really, really good shout out for both of them. Manuel ending up first and Jaden coming in second. Daniel Lewis, amazing finish on third, and Dietmar Hoos, who had also a really good result, ending in fourth. Stefan Goebel, the one we pointed out in the beginning, had a couple of really good results. He didn't win one of the Pro AM classes, but he Pro AM, sorry. But he definitely reeled in good results tonight, ending on 5th position. Rene Earhart on 6th. Pete Newman on 7th, nicking the quickest lap on the last lap that was on for tonight. Jamie Wilson was in all the battles, especially the last race, ending up on 8th. Tony Walker on 9th position, gained 1 position, starting on 10th. Thomas Asboff ending up on 10th. Carl Hardy on 11th, and 12th was Demis Titular. Daniel Mills, who was playing bumper cars, I think. I don't know what the hell was going on, but he was in all the contacts for about 7 minutes straight. It's amazing that he somehow even managed to get the car over the line with that scraping floor. We're going to check that plank under the floor, Daniel, because we're the FIA right here, and we take rules very seriously. Ending up on 13th. Derek Howder, 14th, and 15th is Ties van Gogh, who was actually one AM.
Wow.
1 AM. That is a really good one for him on his first season with us. It's your first season, right?
No, he's a returner, but has dabbled in certain races every now and then over the past season and a half, I think.
Okay, I missed that because I was AFK and doing other things. 16th was Paul Hurley, and 17th Simon Trendo, who had a really good result during the first 2 races, but didn't manage to get that result in the end for the last race. Art Payne on 18th. 19th, David Ayers, we already pointed out, had a really, really good result on the previous race, and quite surprised by his performance tonight, so congratulations on him. Jura Lykonen on 20th, and Mika Santa Helena, who had a couple of incidents, but still managed to get on 5th for AM on 21st. 22nd, Fiona Siddons, who came spearing across the first corner, I think was it race 2 or 3?
I think it was race 2.
Was race 2, right? Managed to hold the car together and not bowl off everyone, which is really nice. Chesney van der Broeke coming in 23rd, who did start this time around because he knows now that he needs to grid when the timer runs out. Trevor Burns 24th, and 25th is Stuart Gibbons. Stefan Klauke is 26th, and Chris Dixon on 27th. 28th is Ronald de Jong. And 29th, rounding up the complete grid for tonight, is Sean Symes. Sorry. So I got one quick question before we start the interviews.
Yes.
Can you do the first one? Because I really need to do the old man stuff.
Old man stuff? We can try and sort something out, I suppose. I just need to, cool. Try and see, this is what happens when you leave me to do stuff. I click the wrong buttons, it all goes completely wrong, and
can you move people? Or,
I'm just going to you see, that's the court of move. There we go. You know what? I did it. Are you proud of me?
I'm super proud, but can you move people on Discord? Otherwise, I'll pick
Yes,
one.
I can move people in Discord.
Okay, great. So I'll do the old man thing. So I'll be right back.
Oh man, it's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? Let's get first in the booth tonight. Simon Trendle, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? And yeah, fantastic performances. Talk us through your evening.
Fantastic performance. Did you see race 2?
We were
died
going to gloss
several
over that like slightly, but yeah, it was just an absolutely action-packed set of races. First time we've done the super sprints, and I tell you what, we had fun in the booth. Obviously, race 2 may have been one to forget, but with there being 3 20-minute races, did you feel that the sense of urgency amongst the grid was a bit higher than normal?
I mean, in race 3, yes, but I didn't. Other than I was out on the first lap with a meatball, so I didn't really see much of what went on after that. So, race 1 and 2 were just 2 sprints basically. So, yeah, it was interesting. I had fun. I obviously started to struggle once it dried up because I have done 0 laps other than the practice. So all I knew was it wet. So that sort of set the theme for the race because I was all right at the start when it was still wet, and then as it dried up and I started to know how the track drove less and less, and obviously everyone else has driven in the dry probably here or at some point recently, and yeah, they knew the track better than me, so I was dying. So yeah, it was an interesting battle for that win. It got a bit. I mean, I was having to hold them up in the corners and things like that because I still haven't quite twigged how to drive this car properly yet. There's a knack to the brake release which I don't quite have, which meant that once it started drying, I was ploughing on the exit of the corners. So the only way to fix that is to completely hold it up in the middle of the corner, which is fine when I'm leading and I can hold everyone else up. But once I'm behind them, I'm just losing time. So yeah, I got lucky really that Manuel didn't find a way past me, and Pete was there to cause him more grief.
Yeah, we did find multiple times during those races a lot of 3 and 4-way battles. Where on the track was you feeling the easiest to defend? Where was you feeling that you got a really good run compared to everybody else? Was there any particular strengths once you got used to the track where you thought, I can take on some people here?
Only while it was still wet in the Schumacher S, because I could get up on that curb and it would slide, but it was slightly faster. I'm surprised Manuel didn't start trying to copy me, but it sort of just gave me a couple of attempts, which meant I was just far enough away into like the last 2 corners to not have him breathing down my neck quite so hard into turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then the turn 1 is a case of, well, I'll just brake on the normal line and just go around the outside because the next 2 corners are left. So yeah, lots of plotting, lots of fun. Yeah, I got lucky. I got lucky. It was very wet.
Lucky Stephen Walker pants.
Did they sell those in the store now? I haven't had a chance to check. Full of holes in them, but I'm sure someone will buy them. Next week, it should be back to normality with our usual sprint feature. We find ourselves at Road... was it Road Atlanta or Road America?
Road America.
Road America.
For me to hit wobbly.
No, to be fair, Steve, Simon, you know that I'm lightning quick on Road America, but because it's an open circuit. But yeah, I need to do this thing right here.
I just want you to hit. There's no point going to Road America if I can't hit you.
yeah, just don't turn up, mate.
Yeah, you'll get your opportunity soon enough. Promise. With how he's been tonight, I might have to.
How he's been tonight? I was on my best behavior the whole night, Simon.
Let's put it this way: I'm seriously considering a solo broadcast next week.
Okay, bye.
No, don't go. Yeah, you're contracted to stay here until the very, very end, just for tonight.
Well, I'm getting paid and you're not, so it's fine.
Oh, we'll talk about that bit afterwards as well. But we have Wobbly in the booth again next week as well, so unfortunately not the target that you perhaps want next week. But from that moment onwards, I feel his fair game. Is there anybody that you want to give a shout out for tonight?
Yeah, just everyone that I was battling, because it all got a bit, sometimes it was a bit bargy. And I got turn sideways at high speed at some point, and I don't even know who that was. That's how much there was like door banging going on. So everyone's taking it in good faith, I think. So yeah, that's what the fun is about. So yeah, thank you guys for the broadcast, obviously.
Thank you. It was stressful at the start, but we got through it. We clicked a few wrong buttons on the way, but there's more right buttons than wrong buttons. So I'll take that as a personal win. But thank you so much for your time tonight, Simon. We'll see you next week, hopefully, with better luck as well. I hope the races next week go a little bit more in your favour. But ladies and gentlemen, Simon Trendle.
Cheers.
Welcome to the booth, Jaden Scotton. And he just muted his mic, so he's probably away. Well, if you don't want to be,
I'm here.
Oh, okay, now you're here. No, now we're pulling you out again.
Wow, you actually did?
I'm kidding, Jaden. Welcome, mate. Welcome to the booth. And really, really good outing for you tonight. It was amazing to see how good you were tonight. I think that the bump up to pro gave you an extra half a tenth or so. What's going on, mate?
I think everything went on. I mean, my heart rate after race 1 was 130 BPM.
Oh, wow.
And now I don't even remember what happened in that race 1 now. Race 2 and race 3 were 10 times more stressful.
Let's talk about the last race, because that one, you did really good in the first race. You did really good in the second race. I haven't really been up to speed the last season. I heard that you increased your race performance. But that last race, mate, the last 10 minutes, talk us through it.
I think it was more likely than anything to be a setup thing, because I am not quicker than Manuel is. I went for a full dry setup. I think he might have stayed on a somewhat wet setup, a safe one. And I did have pace on him, and I tried everything to get past. Not everything, because I could have just, there were chances to just move him out of the way, but I declined to take him. But yeah, he made that loss as wide as possible, unfortunately.
Yeah, at a certain point, it looked like you were trying to send it on the inside. I think it's, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, turn 5, 6, turn 6 on the inside. And me and Jay were, I was biting my nails, thinking, oh, don't hit each other because you're going to spear each other off.
I was biting his nails.
I want to go over there. I was licking your nails.
I wasn't going that far. That's actually made me quite ill. Carry on the interview, mate. I'm going to hurl for a bit.
But it looked like you were sending it down the inside. Was that and me and Jay were like, oh no, not there. Just wait a second. Just you can do this, but you have to wait and be patient. But it looked really, really good, and honestly, I'm really impressed.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, race 3 was good. I think you said race 2 was good, but that felt absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, so I looked back up. Like race 2, you ended up on 5th.
I don't know how.
So let me explain how this works. So there's a car in front of you that was 4th, and in front of that was a car that was 3rd. In front of that was a car that was 2nd, and there was a car that won. That was the 1st position. So you were the 5th car to drive over the line. That's how it happened.
I get it now.
It's so much easier when I explain it, right?
Thank God you're here.
Don't worry, he's only here for 1 more week.
No, to be honest, the second race was a bit messy for everyone. I think that was the messiest of all.
Yeah, that was, yeah. I mean, do you guys know what happens to Rene? Did he get a drive-through?
Yes.
Yes, wow, yeah. I mean, I was on 8X, and I think a lot of others would have been as well. At a similar level.
There were multiple drive-throughs, yeah.
There was a lot.
Anyway, congratulations on your result, Jaden.
Thank you.
We watched the broadcast because Jay made all sorts of dirty jokes. He tried to set me up the whole time, but I didn't bite once. Is there anybody? No, I would never do such a thing. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, want to thank, or especially? No, well, let's say it again. Jay did a really good job on camera, so let's especially if everyone coming in the interview, we demand that you give Jay the respect that he deserves.
We didn't talk about this.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was. Did you DM me that? I'm kidding. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, mate?
Well, yeah, JC Academy has about tripled in size since Okayama.
Oh god damn
So
it.
shout out to new teammates, Mika, Tiez. I might have mispronounced that. I'm sorry if I did. But great to have them, and hopefully Jeff Saunders from next round as well, and all the guys over at SRL who we're going to have. Yeah, it's nice to have so many people in the team.
It's
a great
it's a
environment.
casual team, by the way. We're not taking over the world or anything.
Yeah.
That's what they all say. That's what a certain. Oh, I stopped my sentence. I'm going to rephrase this.
Well, I'm British, so we're kind of used to it.
No.
I'm saving you here. I'm saving you here. I know what's coming. I've read the script. Wobbly.
No, I won't finish this sentence. We all know where it's going. Okay. Anyway, good having you, Jaden, and let's hope to see you out on track next week on Tuesday again on Road America, and hope that on the normal format. So that's the sprint race and the feature race, and to hope to see you put down another stellar performance like tonight.
Thank you. See ya. Merry
man.
Christmas, by the way.
Oh yeah, you too. So who's up next? Who do you want to talk to, mate?
Well, I don't want to talk to any. No, I'm joking. We've got everyone in here with Mark. I feel that Daniel Mills might have to get something off his chest, and I feel you are the best person to get that information off him, because that was a rough race 3 for Daniel Mills, and he's probably tending to all those bruises, all those scratches. Wouldn't you agree?
I completely agree, mate. Danielle, my bromance, welcome to the booth, mate.
Hey, what up, boys? I'm just here to put my chest on wobbly.
Fine, I suppose.
That's good. I love that. Daniel, let's talk about that absolute blistering victory you suddenly got out of the blue in race 2.
Yeah. So I'm like running a different rim, so I got a really bad start because I don't have clutch pedals, but I just decided last second to go on dries, and it just worked. Like the setup was really good for when it was dry, and everybody was kind of messing around in the wet, so it was honestly super fun. I liked that one.
Yeah, it looked weird because you were at the back of that pack and you were about 7th or 8th, if I recall correctly, and suddenly you were in 3rd, and then suddenly you were in 1st. I mean, the pass on Manuel we got on camera, but out of the blue, you just you cut through that pack like a knife through butter.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, so I started in somewhere in the top 10. I spun on the start, so I was back to like 18th. And I was just like, all right, well, I'm just going to drive. And everybody just kept blowing corners wide and stuff. And then I got to, like up to P7. And there was just this one spot where, going up through the Schumacher S's, where everybody just made a huge mistake all at the same time. And I was like, well, I'm not lifting. We'll see you at the end, boys. And
I love it. I love it.
Cutting through it.
I honestly like that train of thought. I mean, lifting is for pussies.
Yeah, right?
You can't say that on the broadcast.
It's
sorry,
Wobbly.
man.
He can say what he wants.
Mate, I've said way worse things, and the broadcasters are still alive.
Let me just put it in now in advance. There we go.
I love
I
that.
mean, it's the thing that we just
Wait,
say.
mate, we're racing.
We're racing, mate. You know.
That's such a good audio.
you know the thing is that was clipped. That one is clipped from a race we had on Zandvoort, and Simon Trendle was passing through on GT4 when we were doing multi-classes, and I was in front of Simon, and Simon was about 4 seconds behind me, and I was passing through, and those two guys were driving. The guy was called Russell Kraut, and Russell, and he just he came on the radio, please mate, we're racing. It was quite funny. Anyway, let's talk about that last race. You are getting bumped around like crazy. Like,
Dude, I got so
honestly
bullied.
so surprised that your car was still alive and that you managed to keep it on track.
Just want to quickly interject in this one. We've got you on camera right now where your left front tyre had sparks coming out of it.
Oh Yeah.
Yeah, look at the camera. Look at the broadcast. It's super weird.
It's going through the ground.
So I suggested it was a visual bug, but it looked super weird. That's why we kept mentioning we wanted to check your plank afterwards.
It wasn't entirely visual. I think it was a little more exaggerated. I had a ton of damage though, and I went and rewatched like that race, and yeah, some of those hits were so weird, like almost netcodey. Like I don't really think anybody did anything wrong there. It was like someone would bump me, but I was just getting rocketed and just picking the car up. So I had wheel damage really early. It was weird.
Yeah, we were surprised that you managed to keep the car alive. Anyway, Daniel, really good outing for you tonight, except for the first race where you were a little bit more on the back foot. Not that bad. What for fourth? Was it fourth? I can't remember.
I think something like that. Yeah, I messed up quali.
Seventh.
Yeah, just kind of drove around in that one.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah. I mean, we all have to. That's what I did in Okayama, right? I've completely messed up quali, and then you're just on the back foot the whole race. You can't really do anything.
Yeah, you're just sitting around.
yeah. I mean, the especially in the pros, the field spread is so like it's about a tenth and a half ish. So if you are on seventh position and nothing happens in front of you, you can't pass.
Yeah, everybody's so good. It's so hard to kind of make a move, especially safely in the rain. It's just you go for something, and it's like you're risking killing them and then crashing yourself, and it's like I don't want to do that to anybody, you know.
No, it was a good race. You definitely, I would advise you to watch it back. And if you haven't already, please press a thumbs up on the stream because it helps a lot with engagement. Is there anybody you wanna? Yeah, good job, mate. Is there anybody you wanna thank or wanna say hello to?
Yeah, absolutely. Just first and foremost, just you guys like broadcasting every week and putting this on for us. The whole Backfire crew, just it's always top notch. I mean, I've been around, been doing this for a long time, and the quality is always there. So definitely that first, and then on a new team now, and just got to thank them, the owner Corbin, Impact Simsport. They've just been a new home for me, and I could not be happier with this group. And then just my teammate Trevor for signing up last second, getting the approval, and showing up pretty cold on TCRs and doing his best. I know he didn't have the best races in his opinion, but I think he did good for the short notice of me texting him this morning, like, "Hey, Backfire's today," so give him a shout out too.
He did a good job in the first race and the second race. The first race we were discussing if you needed to bump him up to Pro AM. In the second, yeah, definitely because I think he qualified 7th or something.
Finished 9th in Heat 1.
Yeah,
he's a ripper.
Yeah, and on the second and third race, he had a worse outing, so that saved him from being bumped up instantly. So don't tell him not to drive too quickly.
Yeah, I'll let him know to just sandbag it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. So, have a good having you, Daniel. We hope to see you out on track on next Tuesday. Remember, it's on Tuesday as well because Pete can't plan properly, and he's like, "Oh well, it's Christmas Eve. Let's do a race." I'm like, "What the hell are you doing, mate?" And it's the same thing for Christmas for New Year's Eve. So we hope to see you on track next Tuesday as well.
Nah, awesome guys. Thank you so much, and looking forward to racing with you next week.
Yeah, love having you, Daniel. Congratulations on your results.
All right, thanks, man.
So I want to do something differently on this new interview. So I want to pull in this guy, and I want to pull in this guy, and I'm gonna do. By the way, hi Chesney, hi Ties. So I'm gonna do, we're gonna do 1 minute of Dutch rambling because fuck Jay.
Oh, I can't.
Ja. Goedemorgen iedereen. Of goedenavond, je mag nog zelf kiezen.
Goedenavond, denk ik.
Ze moeten gewoon een keer normaal doen met dat kutgezeik met het kut Engels.
Ja joh, allemaal dat Engels.
Het is
Jongen,
niet
ik ben
normaal.
helemaal klaar mee. Dus we gaan ze gewoon helemaal kapot maken.
They're saying really nice things about me. I like this.
En Jay, hij is echt een, dus ik zeg gewoon dingen, maakt niet uit wat ik zeg, maar ik blijf gewoon Jay zeggen, zodat hij weet dat het over hem gaat, weet je wel. Ja, het is echt
Ja,
belachelijk wat
Ik
die
wil
Jay
geen
doet.
video ook zijn. Dat zou Jay en video in dezelfde zin.
Ja, Jay en video en clippen en porno, Jay.
I disagree with all of this.
So I brought you both. That's such things. So I brought you both in the booth, and it was just to mess about with Jay. But you guys seem to be around each other quite a lot during the races. Let's start with Chesney first a little bit. Chesney, you know that you have to press the grip button when the button is there, right?
Well, I've been doing the sprint feature for so long that I have this automatization after the sprint that I go off my chair and do stuff. And so that's what happened.
How did you enjoy the new format, Ties? Like the double sprint race, the triple sprint race?
Yeah, I liked it. It was, yeah, of course, my official first race here and just trying some things, practice and that kind of stuff. But I mean, the 3 sprints I liked it. Yeah, really liked it.
It's good to hear that you guys liked it. So during the rain, question to both of you. The first race looked quite hectic with the rain. Was there a specific approach in the setup, or was it just I hope that I don't die?
We were like, maybe it looked dry to us, and the track info said a little wet, so we gambled wrong, and then yeah, after a few laps, we tried to drive on the slicks and wasn't going, so we pitted both and just drove the race out.
That's what I was thinking because I saw you both pitting in. Was it like a team call? Was it more of we just gamble by ourselves?
No, we just knew it didn't work, the dry tire, so we just switched to wets. So I had some more practice for race 2, which I didn't do then, but yeah.
Last race, you guys both were racing. I think that TCU had a really good starting position in the last one. I think you started third. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep. No, P3.
Yeah. You ended up on. I forgot. Help me out here. I know this.
It was very high. It was actually first in the AMs. I'm just having a quick look. 15th overall.
Yeah, 15th overall. Yeah.
13th, right? No, 15th. You're right. Sorry. 5th. I'm good with numbers tonight, Jay. Let's keep that in mind.
Sure, it's all 6, 7, and
6, 7.
The first time was bad enough. The fact we've done that twice on stream. Oh,
Not twice. We did it 4 times.
4? Oh man.
But I could be wrong because I'm bad with numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
To be honest, I love to add up the 6 and the 9 more.
Okay, look, this is more in my ballpark, Jay.
I think we need to move on very quickly. Please.
Okay, before we get
if we get banned, he's going to kill me.
I mean, we don't talk about the delete broadcast that a certain person made a joke about. We don't talk about that.
So next week we're at Road Atlanta. How do you feel on the track?
not Road Atlanta.
Road America. Road America. See, you're making me panic now because I'm worried about what you're going to say next. It's like a ticking.
I wasn't going to say anything. Sipping my beer.
Keep sipping.
Road America. First, Chesney, and then Ties. What are your thoughts? Are you gonna get a good result there?
Yeah, I think I'm going. If I practice enough, I think. I'm sorry to tease, but I think I'm going to be in front of the amps. Just yeah, I'm
Shots
like
fired, Jay. You heard it?
what I saw in race 3 was I was faster but too aggressive, so that's because of my crash. But like I'm now at the point that I know the tracks that are coming, so I know Road America, and if I watch some certain guy's video, don't know who, it's gonna be work out fine.
And Ties, what are your thoughts about Road America?
Yeah, it's a great track, but I won't be there next week, so.
Ooh, that's hard.
I'm on holiday,
okay.
so.
So then Chesney's definitely gonna beat you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna beat me, so. But I will be there in Daytona, so.
Oh, that's good. That's lovely. Yeah, and I mean that's good. And this is a call out to anyone still watching. Remember that the Roar is also in January, and definitely sign up for that one.
I cannot wait.
I cannot wait. I won it last year in the second split, so I definitely want to go in the top split this time. But I need to bump my iRating a little bit to do that. But definitely turn up for that, and we're gonna do a lot of practices before that one. So everyone is welcome on that, and obviously I make all the practice sessions on Monday and not Carl. So definitely join those. Chesney, Ties, both of you, anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
First of all, again, my fiance, like she watches every week, and she's already behind me to throw me outside again. Uh, but yeah, everyone in the team, like welcome to Ties, welcome to Mika, welcome to Jeff Sanders, although he didn't race today, but like for an imaginary team, we have a lot of people. And yeah, of course, thank you to you guys, to Jay, to Wobbly, the Merci man. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
No, good to hear, mate. Ties, is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Jay for sure for this opportunity for the team and delivery. I love it. Thank you for making it. And just Alan, I want to thank Alan. He signed me up for this league, so it's great. And those races were for Alan. I know the first one was a little bad, but the second and the third one were really good, really strong. So happy with the results.
Oh, good having you guys, and Ties, enjoy your holiday. Justin, we'll see you next week on track, and Merry Christmas or in advance for you guys. Okay, bye-bye.
See you.
So we have Fiona and Paul Hurley. Let's do Paul.
Jamie Wilson as well at some point, maybe.
Hello, Paul.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the booth. We're gonna do a little bit of shorter one because we've been talking
That's
a lot.
fine. That's fine.
How did you experience tonight?
I enjoyed it. Second race, it was just an incident. Trevor come across the front of me, and he was like in front of me. I just couldn't get him rid of him. So it's like a rolling T-bone, and then Dietmar come across the apex and drove into me, so I had damage. So that was a bit of a write-off. But I enjoyed the other two races. It was really good.
Yeah, it looked like it was quite tough conditions. We spoke about it with a couple of others as well. How was the first race? Because that one looked particularly nasty.
I'm not usually a huge fan of the wet, but the car was really drivable. I actually found it fine. The curbs were even usable to a point. It was okay.
Yeah, the curbs they looked quite treacherous. We saw a couple of guys spinning off in turn 3 when they tried to sweep on the outside. Help me out
Maybe
here, Jamie.
not.
Yeah,
Maybe not the
Deck
Schumacher,
did.
maybe not the Schumacher S's, but
yeah,
but the
understand.
one that always catches you out on the wet here is when you come down to T1, and if you brake on that with a pit exit line, and you get your tires on the line in the middle of the track, that is treacherous. I don't know if it's
A final race, you started 17th, correct? And you ended up on 16th, so you gained 1 position. Were you happy with the result, or did you feel like you left something on the table?
There was a few things that happened where there was a crash. I don't know if you see with Chesney, David Ayres, and Stuart.
Yes.
Yeah. And then at the end, T's. I mean, he was enjoying himself, but he may have flaunted the move in more than once rule.
Well, we'll address that. We'll address that with your team manager.
I spoke to him. He's fine, mate. Yeah, it was just a good race. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Don't worry. Yeah. Did you enjoy it? Because obviously it's something different than we used to do.
Yeah, I think changing it up is good because obviously sometimes your pit stop comes into play with your strategy. Obviously, we've got an endurance where, again, pit stops feel saving, but this is just flat out lights the flag. So yeah, I like it.
Well, love to hear that you enjoyed tonight. Paul, is there anyone you want to thank or want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just to you guys. Where's Pete tonight anyway? Is he on a Christmas tour?
A holiday. He's on. Was it Barbados or was that someone else? I can't remember. It was in Spain. No, he's in Spain somewhere.
Is he a guest of some kind of royalty?
No, he booked something with a certain
How did you get from Barbados to Spain?
Because I spoke to I spoke to a friend of mine today. He was on Barbados. That's why I messed up the things.
I can think of worse places to be.
They all speak Spanish. It doesn't really matter.
Mate, everyone speaks English everywhere you go. I'm afraid.
Except if you're in
except France.
Except France, exactly. Southern France, like the northern part is fine, but the southern part is like they look at you. It's like I once ordered a beer in English, and I only got wheat. Like what the hell are we supposed to do with that?
Even if they can speak English, they won't on purpose.
Yeah, they won't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I've got to go. Good having you, Paul, and I hope to see you out on track next week
Yeah, thanks,
on
guys. Listen,
Tuesday as well.
have a lovely Christmas.
You too,
Yeah,
mate.
you too, mate.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah, see you, man.
Bye bye.
Jamie Wilson, welcome to the booth.
Hallo, guten Abend.
Guten Abend, meine Freund. Wie geht's?
Entschuldigung, something sauerkraut, I don't know.
Hast du eine gute Race gehabt?
Versuchen.
No, did you have a good race, mate? Did you? You are, especially the last race. You were quite feisty with Tony and the whole pro gang that came barging through.
Yeah, you had to be feisty in all three of those, and it was just mad the whole time. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed all three of those.
Yeah, it looked like you had a good fun, and I think that everybody had good fun. The thing is that I do want to point out a myth that Jay pointed out, and Jay's thought is that you always start cars properly, and I instantly went, no, he doesn't.
Well, depends on interpretation, that one. How do you mean properly?
As in, you gain quite a lot of positions a lot of the time through starts. I don't know where this start the car properly come from wobbly. That's just putting words in my mouth. But no, usually I've experienced the last couple of seasons doing this commentary that most of the races you do get pretty damn good starts. Didn't happen today, but
well, no, my starts were reasonable-ish today. I got a bit boxed in on race 3, and in race 2 I had a bit of wheel spin in about 8th gear off the 6th phase of the start. I had a bit of wheel spin, but not that it really cost me anything. But technically both correct. I do across the whole, irising, whatever. I always try and do whatever they do in the real car to get the car off the line, hoping that it works. I don't do any of this. Not that it applies here, but like dual clutch or any of that kind of nonsense. And it works, for example, in the V8 because the new car kind of requires you to do it the way they do it in real life, and Simon and I are already used to that, and so that's why we've been pretty good with that. Historically, my starts to the V8s were horrendous, as Wobbly may
Oh, really?
remember.
Never noticed.
Yeah, some clips of me going from 2nd to 14th in one corner or whatever. But no, the Audi's just the monster on the starts because it doesn't have a clutch. You can hold it on the handbrake in such a way that the initial launch is really good, and then because it's got different gear ratios, it just goes through them quite quickly. The acceleration's really good. So, but there is jeopardy in it. You can still bog it down, and you can get wheel spin. So, you have to nail it. And I've just had a good run of it basically.
Yeah, it definitely did look like you had a good start. Good starts this evening. So how did you enjoy the format?
I thought it worked really well, as it used to in ITCR and in V8s if you go back far enough. 2020 I think was the last time it was used there. No one's having to worry about fuel anything. You know that if it doesn't quite go to plan, then there's another race in less than 20 minutes to go. So it's recoverable, and if you do have a bad result, you're losing kind of less points compared to a feature or whatever. So it's not quite as damaging. You can still have a decent result even if one of your races was a bit rubbish. So yeah, I'm glad the decision was taken to bring it back. I'm also glad that it's not like every race. I think it's good to have the variety of the 3 formats through the season, and I think we've got the right quantity of each. So yeah, looking forward to back to sprint feature next week and an endurance after that.
Yeah, it was a really good watch. It was really good fun to see how hard the cars were battling. One of them being you, especially the most races. Not the first race you were involved, the second race you were involved, but the third one was definitely the one that was sticking out for us as broadcasters from our perspective. Like how I think that about 80% of the screen time was based on the group where you guys were in.
Well, I mean, it was just as manic in the first 2. It's just that the race at the very front was even more so. So I think you guys probably rightly focused on that, but it was just as intense behind as well. they're all the three of them were pretty much as intense as each other, really, to my knowledge. So yeah, it was really good fun. I love all this elbows out, close quarters type stuff. We had a couple of little taps and little moments and things like that, but it's all to be expected when the weather's a bit sketchy. So no harm done for the most part in all of that. That's the sort of stuff that I do this for. So yeah, no complaints.
Yeah, as broadcasters and as the cameraman, I think that we are proud of the fact how few incidents we actually saw, because there were quite a few moments, hairy moments, where it could have gone all wrong, and you guys, most of the drivers, kept it completely cleanly, and I think that deserves a proper compliment for all of you. But especially, obviously, not for you, Jamie, because well, fuck you, you know.
How many times? Hang on. There we go.
I'll warn you next time. Jamie, Road America next week. You're going to be there on Tuesday, right?
That's the plan, yep.
Okay, cool. Is there? Well, let me say one thing first. So, because Pete is on holiday, Jamie did a couple of things of signing in people at the last moment and regenerating the paint pack and stuff like that. So that definitely there's stuff that Jamie does behind the scenes that a lot of people don't really realize. So thank you for doing all those things, Jamie. We really appreciate that.
Agreed.
It's all right, no worries. If people can not leave it until like the last second next week,
yes.
Anything else?
So
thanks.
I'll start. Next season, we're gonna call in a deadline somewhere. Pete doesn't know yet, but we're gonna call in a deadline to get some of the load off of you guys' back. We love to have new people in the league. Even late signups are not a problem, but we have to get a deadline somewhere to avoid it interrupting with our real lives. But we'll come back to that. We love having new people. Jamie, anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to you both, obviously Pete away and you guys stepping up, particularly Jay having to deal with SDK and its quirks, let's put it that way.
Yes.
I'm sure. It is quite fiddly to use, isn't it, sometimes, especially you're just overwhelmed by information on that. It's a rare thing here, but it makes us all appreciate Pete that little bit more.
No, it doesn't.
I'll let that dwell for a second. But no, it is hard work doing that. So props to jumping into it a bit in at the deep end, same as Tyler did for the V8s. Actually, very similar scenario. So yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, shout out to basically everyone I was with. As you said, like we can all race each other super close, and it's because we all trust each other. So that's what makes it a pleasure to be doing this. The fact that we can all do that. So yeah, just too many people to name really, because I was in the race with everyone pretty much. So yeah, shout out to just everyone that went into it with the same spirit as we did.
Well, great words, Jamie, and thank you for turning up, and I hope to see you next Tuesday. Again, don't sign up 20 minutes before the race, because that is just super annoying. But we do appreciate all the extra sign-ups, obviously. It's not because of the wallet, because that doesn't, like, all the money gets funneled back into BSTC things. We do it completely freely, completely without any fee. But we kind of need to do in real life things as well. Again, love to have new people. But yeah, I mean, like 3 hours in front of it would be nice,
Well, it's about a 3-hour disclaimer that you've put out so far, so yeah.
yeah, right. Okay, good having you, Jamie, and we'll hope to see you on track next time and having a good one.
Yeah, cheers, guys. See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, mate.
What did you just call me?
He called you...
No.
So we got Fiona and Mika here, and the reason I'm putting you in both at the same time is because, well, for me it's 10 past 11, and I really need to go to bed soon. So,
Hey, same for me, yeah.
Yeah, same for you as well. Like, where do you live? In which country?
Well, I live in Switzerland. Yeah.
Oh, Switzerland. Wow, that's a first. I don't think we have ever had a Swiss driver. Well, anyway, and hello to Fiona as well. So we got Fiona and Mika in the booth.
Good evening.
Good evening. Mika, your results. Tease wobbly, by the way, I'm 16 years old. Okay, sorry, I'm reading the chat and I can't do two things at a time, so I just read it out loud.
I thought you were saying you were 16. I was like, you fooled me.
Well, I haven't told you. I mean, I'm 16, mate. That's why
Stop
your
sending me those
inappropriate.
Stop sending me those messages.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, as far as this goes, Mika, second race for you, as in second round with us as a driver. How did you enjoy it? How did you experience it?
Well, the first race was absolutely catastrophic. Same for the third race, but yeah, as you said, the second race was unbelievable. Not gonna lie, did not expect to catch up this quickly and get a P9 in the end. Yeah, so far I really enjoy it. It's also like my first league in like 4 years, I think. So yeah, it's like also a comeback for me to sim racing, because I just had like a 2 to 3 years break. So I just came back like 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it feels really good so far. Yeah.
Really good to have you and be in your first league in a couple of years and seeing how quickly you've gotten up to pace, knowing that you haven't driven for a couple of years. A really good job, mate.
Thank you.
Getting to Fiona real quickly. Fiona, you had quite a hairy moment in the race too, in turn one.
Yes, yeah, I caught the white line on the entry when I braked, and it just wouldn't slow down.
Yeah, and it smacked into the wall, and somehow you managed to avoid bowling out everyone.
Yeah, I missed the wall actually, so it was good.
Oh, it looked like you hit it, but it
No,
was maybe
no.
my memory.
No, I
Did you?
managed to miss the wall.
How were the conditions in the first race?
Going on slicks, it wasn't very good. But
That's what Jamie pointed out.
Towards the end of the race, it was actually starting to come to the slicks, but it was too late by then.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Going back to Mika for real quick, help me out here because I forgot where you ended up on the last race. You ended up on 21st. Is that correctly? Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
But you started on 9th or 7th?
7th. I started on 7th.
7th. So you did fell down the order a little bit. I can't remember. Was there an incident involved?
Yeah, in lap 1, there was a Hyundai in front of me. He got spun out and into turn 4, I believe.
Yes.
He didn't hit the brakes. Well, he didn't really, he couldn't really. So yeah, it was just wrong place, wrong time for me, and then I got hit by the sliding car. I also had the meatball flag, so I had to go to the pits and get some repairs. Yeah, so by the end of that, I was like in P27, I believe. So yeah, I still I still managed to get some positions, but yeah, it happens. It's this racing.
Fair enough. I think that's a very good approach, Mika, and we appreciate that. It's just racing. Sometimes you have luck, sometimes you have bad luck, sometimes things don't always go your way, but there's always a new race to play a part in.
Exactly.
Fiona, one more question for you. Road America next week, is that one that is right up your alley?
It is, but I'm not here. I'm at hockey next week, so.
So you're leaving me alone with Jay. How dare you?
Wait a minute.
Jay, you got that reference on. How dare you?
How dare you?
Okay. I mean, great having you two both here. Sorry that we did the interview together, but it's just because of time things. Want to thank you two for turning up. Mika, again, great to see that we are your first league in years. Fiona, we appreciate you always being here, except for next week because now we don't appreciate you anymore. Is there any? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Jay, stop being offended the whole time.
This is what you get. It's part of the gimmick. It's fine.
Oh, so Fiona, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? I want to thank.
Yeah, you guys for putting on the stream. stepping in for Pete. I mean, not mentioning Pete because he's a
He's a
traitor.
dick.
Everybody
Sorry,
who's
see the picture.
everybody who's raced so far this season, and Merry Christmas to everybody who's been watching.
Well, good words, Fiona, and thanks for being here. Mika, is there anyone you wanna thank or wanna give a shout out to? Maybe yourself or revisiting the sim racing.
Well, first of all, thank you to Jay for adding me to the team. The team is really nice. I think I really fit in this team, and the teammates are very nice as well. So I really enjoyed that today. Also, I want to shout out some friends of mine that are like watching and are pushing me. Yeah. Shout out to Morris, and also shout out to Nathan, and shout out to Jamie. Yeah.
Well, words of wisdom, mate. Always good to have friends watching. And if they are still watching, and if they haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and also give us a thumbs up to get the exposure we want for the TCRs and the BSTV League. Great having you, Mika and Fiona, and I hope you have a good one in the next time.
Thank you.
Good night,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
So, Jay, that were the interviews done and dusted. I'm gonna instantly put you on the spot, obviously.
Oh,
Driver of the meeting.
okay. I actually want to. I've just looked through the Discord now. The drivers usually send a few mixed messages to each other. That sounds really negative. They're actually mostly good. But I found this picture of the most interesting looking ham. I'm going to put this on the stream right now. That is Ura's ham.
As well.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that, and I suddenly feel extremely festive. So a shout out to the festive Christmas ham, but more importantly, the driver of the meeting. I'm going towards Daniel Mills, despite getting absolutely beaten up, like within like an inch of his life in race 3. I've got to say, the pass and the journey up to the top in the second race was absolutely fantastic to watch. Not to mention, he's been up in the top 6 for the whole evening, pretty much. I'm just having a quick look where he finished on the final race. And final race, he sort of dropped a little bit down, but I think for entertainment-wise, plus a fantastic interview as well, I'm going to give it to Daniel Mills for tonight.
I didn't think of Daniel, because otherwise I would have been pre-judgmental, because obviously he's my bro. He's my bromance, you know. We have to start a bromance going. Like, we send hearts and kisses, you know. It's different than with you. We just send other things.
Well, not after what you said about 20 minutes ago. Not anymore.
Don't send anything to Tisto because he's 16. So my driver of the meeting would definitely be Jaden Scott. He impressed me in a way that I didn't expect, because I've seen him drive, and I think I mentioned this in Discord with Tony and Steven, that I described the way I thought that Jaden drove, at least from my memory, and especially last week, for example, he drove completely cleanly, and really good, and tonight he was able to put pressure on Manuel. So I honestly think that he outperformed himself, and if he keeps this up, he's definitely a future championship contender. Yeah,
with Jaden, what I've always found every single season since I first raced against him in other leagues is, however he starts the season, he isn't finishing the season like that. He only gets better. He's like a sponge. I sound like a broken record because I say this every single week about him. He just takes on board what you tell him. He analyzes it, and he gets quicker. So if you're impressed with him now, I'm telling you now, when you're on track with him in a couple of rounds' time, he's going to shock you even more.
Well, let's not hope that, because I also need to drive. But again, I'm playing the teammate game this season, so I'm gonna be super annoying and slowing the pack down. Just a warning in advance.
I think we can give penalties for that. I hope we can give penalties for that.
No, we can't, because I read the rules. Today.
Talk about this one as well afterwards.
Well, anyway, to round up the broadcast, we had a really good first super sprint round. I think that thoroughly most of the drivers enjoyed it. It was good to see all the the good fights and the weather coming into play as well. I think that we should be really happy, and the other drivers should be really proud of what they put down and the performance they had. If you had a bad race, you can get up to the next one and even get to in the third one. Next week is Road America. Looking forward to the normal format with the sprint in the feature. A lovely track, blistering fast. Anyway, good to see everyone here, and I want to thank everybody for turning up. Pete, hope that he has a nice holiday. Obviously, we've been joking around a little bit about the fact that me and Jay had to do this broadcast, but then again, for everything is a first, and we're here by our own free time, and we love to be here to provide you guys the ability to drive and put down a really good performance. So, rounding it up, thank you and good night. Good Christmas.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't believe how many people we forgot to wish a Merry Christmas during those interviews, but that wouldn't stand right. But thank you all who are still on the broadcast now. If you haven't already, get that thumbs up on, subscribe to the channel, help BSTV get a little bit more discoverability. But what a super sprint we've had debuted in the TCR Challenge Cup. Cannot wait for the next one. We go back to normality next week at Road America with our sprint feature, and we hope to see you there. So thank you all for your continued support of the league, and we will see you all next week, next Tuesday, before we return back to the Wednesdays. Enjoy your Christmases and take care of yourselves and each other.